Let me start with my intro.
Or do we just want to start talking and we'll tag one on the front?
Start doing that number?
Mm-hmm.
But I like the way we intro most of the time.
In this episode, is that the kind of
You
intros
start
we're going
it.
to start doing? Nat Geo intros?
Nat Geo. In a galaxy far, far away? No, that's stupid. I don't know.
You were looking at that too just a second ago, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, I just looked at it too.
His Lego collection.
Star Wars. I'm
Star
sorry.
Wars for the Stormwater Creek podcast.
Ain't no Han Solo ever has no sex with no Princess Leia.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Stormwater Creek podcast.
Oh my God.
It's been a stormy day and
I'm uncomfortable.
it's been a hard day to get it up off the ground today.
Jeez Louise, what just happened?
What are you saying?
Well, we're back in the lair. What are we going to call this place?
This is when you say layer though, is when we need to throw in like thunderous background noise.
Like the
Some fucking organs.
organs or the thunderclap from Thundercats.
Oh, that was real loud.
Yeah.
Sorry to all of you.
okay.
No, that works.
It's going to happen
That
a
works.
lot.
That
Thunder, thunder, thunder.
Somebody's looking at the radio going like, God damn it, will they please figure out these levels so I can hear this thing in my car for once? But we're all in one room, so that helps
It should
out.
be better, yeah.
Should be better. Looking at you, Jesse. Maybe you two are on the way to your elk trip by now.
No, I was texting with him today.
Well, when they're listening to this.
yeah, when they're
Oh,
listening
yeah.
I'm
to this
talking to him
genius.
into the future.
Sorry.
It's
Yeah,
That's
brilliant.
on me. That's
You
on
have
me.
been a fucking nightmare to deal with.
Why?
I don't know. You woke up this morning and were like, we're going to do this? I'm like, we talked about this for an hour last night. You reminded me of Jared.
I just don't. I remember me saying license. I bought my license online. Go ahead and hit the go button. But I don't remember you confirming it. But I wasn't going to scroll back through all that dribble.
We literally talked.
true.
We literally talked about me screwing with Jared about sending money.
Yeah. But then I thought you said. Oh, I thought that was before
No.
it was broken because Jordan and I did
How long
that.
have y'all been married?
About 15 years.
I heard a funny thing talking about marriage today. So, what was I listening to? It was a Chris Rock skit that came on Spotify. I did a bunch of driving the last 2 days. I drove down to Austin and back yesterday morning.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. Chris Rock skit, he was talking about, he was like, Nelson Mandela does 27 years in South African prison, hard labor, getting the shit kicked out of him, comes home to his wife for 6 months and says, I can't do it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So introduce our guest today.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are best friends.
Okay.
Y'all did all kinds of fun
Yeah, you
We
guys
activities.
are
got
doing
shot
like-
clays.
Hey,
I
y'all
mean,
all
that's
got
a-
invited.
Yeah,
Y'all all
you're
got
right.
invited.
You're right. I was unfortunately detained due to work, and
We'll have more very soon.
was trying to figure a
It
way
was
I
a
could
blast.
cancel it out.
So we have Brandon Sisson from Accufire on today. He's brought a bunch of awesome products. We'll get shots of and you in post, and he shoots some long range competitions. We went and shot clays the other day. I mean,
it's like 20, 25 yards or what?
Long range?
Yeah.
It's on a good day, yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
25
just
yards.
really dial it in. That
Yeah.
What do you think that 20 by's for? It's one power per yard, Abe. Come on,
My bad.
Jeez. Science,
it's
bro.
easy math. 1 to 1. 1 to 1.
I'm not into vision, bro.
20 by scope.
I'm a math
20
magician.
yards.
You need to listen to me.
Exactly.
He is a math magician.
He's a math
This is
magician.
Brandon Sisson, the math magician.
Yeah, that happened.
I'm pumped about this.
I am too, man. I'm going to turn so I can see you a little bit.
So,
It's okay.
Brandon, talk about yourself. Everybody hates doing that, but you have
I
to.
really do.
Everybody does.
Long story short, I joined the Air Force right out of high school, and then I became spent most of my career in the Air Force doing avionics and doing all the nerdy stuff like that, and got out and became a super nerd and went to work for Texas Instruments and Intel and Semiconductor. And the whole time I've worked in and out of the gun industry. Worked for a Bass Pro Shop part-time for the amazing discounts. If anybody's ever worked there, it's stupid, the discounts at Bass Pro Shop. I mean, the secret's
Noted.
out now. Yeah, especially it's
Our
ridiculous.
7 listeners will appreciate this.
I applied there. I literally applied for like a second job because I wanted a
Yeah.
discount. Never heard anything
Yeah.
back.
Worked at Dick's for a little bit. That was awful. I'm comfortable saying that because where their
Fuck
stance.
them.
Yeah, that was one of the
That's
worst
my
jobs.
one
They
Never
got.
mind for the
They,
podcast.
I actually, it's funny. Dick's. I went there the other day, and they had no fishing stuff anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
just Field and Stream now. I'm like, are you guys kidding me?
But they're
Yeah.
not hardly field because they don't. Are they even carrying guns anymore?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Field and Stream.
So
I think
they're a soccer
maybe.
store.
Basically,
it's-
they can air
So
and
it's
go brag.
Oshman's again.
Yeah.
Oshman's.
Blast
They
from the
need to put
past.
the soccer court back in if they're going to do
Yes,
that. And a
that was so
basketball
much
court.
fun.
Well, they had.
Yes.
Didn't they have the little screen you could like for golf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had the little track around the
Yep,
whole
sure did.
store. I remember Oshman.
Oshman's.
Yeah. Good time.
Oshman's was cool.
That was a good store.
That's when Adidas was cool the first time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Sambas have
All
always been
Sambas.
Oh yeah,
Lace
Sambas.
your Sambas. Get
The ones
on
when you
out.
sit down, make sure you show everybody what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the good ones.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah.
Skirt.
You.
So
You were
worked
talking
at,
about you.
You worked at Bass Pro. We got.
Yeah,
straight
Oh yeah,
out
so
here.
I worked at a company called GT Distributors, which actually stands for Georgia, Tennessee, which that's where they started over in that area. Man, a phenomenal store. They do a lot with LE, military, great owners, and I really enjoyed working there. That's where my kind of the excitement for working in the industry really started. So I've always kind of, after leaving there for other things, I've always kind of been in and out of it. Fast forward to, I started doing, I got to work for a software company called Active Network, right, which is a registration software. It's where I really kind of learned business operations as a recruiter and stuff, and kind of leading a team there. And then kind of went into consulting, helping tech startups get really big. And then I stumbled upon Accufire last April through actually my wife, who's kind of a powerhouse too. She introduced me to some of the founders from Accufire. And we came on and noticed that we have a great product, right? The Noctis V1, which is the screen digital day and night, which has got just stupid clarity. But I'm sure we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then what we noticed is that our real special sauce is our manufacturing and our kind of our direct access to the manufacturers. So from August of last year, really October of last year until now, we've been hard at work at R&D, and we're about to start releasing 1 to 2 new products in traditional or digital scopes a month for the foreseeable future. So it's really, balls to the wall. And you guys have seen our first production run of the 1 to 8s and 1 to 6s, which are just, they're phenomenal.
That thing looks awesome.
The clarity seems
It's
real good.
incredible.
I'm telling you, this 1 to 6 right here, especially with that kill circle in there, I'm foreseeing just so many pigs getting just smoked with this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And this thing is, it's one of those things. If you see fur, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
If there's fur in that circle. So I'm real excited to see videos of this, and also even more excited about is in the next month or so, let's call it 6 weeks, I'll have a production test for our thermal, which will mount in front of any traditional scope, right? So you can turn this into a night vision. Any type
slick.
of so that's
Fun, yeah.
and we're talking sub $3,000 too, right? So it's going to be something that's affordable, which $3,000 is still a lot, but thermals, it's a 640 core.
Yeah.
640.
Yeah, 640 core. And it's going to be good, man. Also, going to be pop off, do a handheld scanner. So if you're actually running night vision, you can scan the field and stuff like that, find your heat signatures, and then put the night vision on there. Especially with this combo, you're looking 1,000 yards. You can call something in and just do work.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Nice.
Yeah,
I really want to look through that thing when you get it.
Yeah.
You and me both, man. That's the cool thing about this.
I'm sure everyone said that to you, mind you.
Yeah. Well, it's that. It's just the really cool thing is being able to. We've probably gone through 10 to 15 revisions of each one of these traditional scopes. Like, nope, not good enough. No, not. And then we finally got this one in, and we're like, yep, that's
What's
it.
What's been the changes, if you can talk about it? If you don't mind?
No. So the knob, and I wish I'd have brought some of the old
we were
ones.
talking about that earlier. They're more knurled.
Yeah, so
grippier.
I've got our test 2.5 to 20 over there, where it's kind of slick, right? Where you can, if you had a glove on, it would grit. This one, if you rub your knuckles across it, it's going to rip the skin off, right? It's real gritty, and we've called it like kind of the pyramid design. If you look like it's a bunch of miniature pyramids, right?
Yeah.
So it's real thick, so you can really grab a hold of it. And then another thing is too, I haven't zeroed this one. I found. Was just the clicks. We put a lot of effort into making sure the knobs are really solid, because when they're kind of spongy in between, you don't hold that exact. Yeah.
You all of a sudden go 10 clicks instead of 5
Yeah,
clicks.
exactly,
And you're like,
yeah.
shit.
I don't want to change the subject, but are they resettable turrets?
Some of our lines. So we're gonna start off with the Echo line, which is the essential.
The small power is probably not. But.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then so our Tango line, which is our tactical, it's gonna be the 2.5 to 20, 1 to 8. So those will have the zero, they'll have actually a kind of a proprietary zeroing system in there, so it'll never go past 0, right? So if you take it off and you want to do work to it, that 0 will stick, right?
Yeah.
So just the stop and having the 0 stop and all that stuff will have.
So I just saw you can lift these up, and after you're zeroed, you can reset them.
Yep,
That's what
exactly.
I mean by reset. Okay, awesome.
So you're talking,
perfect.
you pull the cap off and then kind of put it where you want to. Put your 0 where you want. Exactly.
That's a huge pet peeve of mine when you can't reset it.
Yeah, and then you can just
That's awesome.
with it locked on there.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So unless you pull on a little bit.
Yeah.
Thought that flew out of my hand. So that was one of the changes with the knobs, right? And they've kind of changed in size. Some of them got bigger. If you look, the 1 to 8 is actually a little bit bigger than this. 2.5 to 20 is even bigger. And then another thing that changed is the texture. Just the matte finish, right? is when you're going to sell a scope, it's got to look good. It doesn't matter if our prices are better than everybody else and our glass is better. It's got to look good.
For sure.
Yeah.
You eat with your eyes.
Yeah, you do. You really do. So and then it's the silly things like the name, right? How do you come up with the name? So because that's the Noctis, so which Noctis is night, right? So we're trying to think of this, and we had a buddy of mine, just this creative genius. He's worked for all these, CNN, all these other great. I was like, hey, I need some help with this name. He goes, what about he said, he gave me like a bunch of examples. So came up with prospectus, like to see, like a periscope or to be able to look out. So that's where he came up with that name, and now we're cranking them out now. So
they feel really awesome, just like
they
to
feel
the touch.
heavy duty,
heavy, solid to the touch.
And you and I were talking about that on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
it feels
right.
good in the hand.
It does.
Yeah.
Feels
solid in the hand.
This is the corner right here.
Yeah.
This is the
For
problem.
those who
Well,
can't
yeah,
see,
boy.
Why point at me?
there's two guys making eye
You're
contact
sitting
regularly.
6 inches from him, talking about feels good in the hand.
It does.
Wow.
I mean, why you gotta look at it?
What's weird about
Whatever,
that?
It's just whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So yeah, and then yeah.
Son, let our guest talk. Son.
You started this, not me. I was trying to carry on a good
I feel like we
conversation.
need to have, does anybody have a guitar so we can start playing Kumbaya
Oh,
just
yeah,
for a second?
Exactly.
There's got to be the guy.
You're not gonna get them to be peaceful. It's gonna get worse as things go on.
We are peaceful.
What are you guys looking at me? You know already.
Anywho.
Everyone's got
Yeah,
beer
so
in
it
I've
their
feels
listened.
really
hands. It's gonna get
solid.
I've
Like I was
listened.
saying, you and I were talking about, I'm real hard on equipment.
Yeah.
You said you were too.
That's the thing is
I
that
don't have safe queens. I don't
I don't understand.
A tool, it's utility.
Yep.
And we talked about this before. Now, if your grandfather hands you something, then that's
Whole
one thing.
different story.
And I've got one of the most beautiful 45 70s. It's that Marlin 1895, I believe, is the sterling silver, the stainless steel and the blued. It's beat to hell, right? And I kind of feel bad. I was talking about this today. I kind of feel bad that it's been beat the way it is, but I run my Noctis on front of there, and I don't know if I'll pass this video around, which isn't always great for. But I'll show you that this thing on a 4570, which is a little buffalo gun, you can watch a little 280-pound boar. And that's Instagram about 320, but on real life it's about 280.
Oh, night.
It smokes, and then
That's a big round.
It is, and I use a 250 grain, so it's coming out quick, right?
Product name, Night.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Trademark right now. So that's and that's the thing is we're testing on that has been tested on everything you can imagine, and you can actually save 6 different profiles, right? So
oh wow.
So you can take that and you can actually on mine that's in the box over there. I've got my 4570, a 308, and a 6.5 Creedmoor all holding 0 on it, and I've actually switched them around. And for that boar, I actually had just put that on the day of the hunt, walked out there and smoked him. It was only 60 yards, but still.
Yeah.
Next shot.
But I mean, for Texas,
yeah,
unless you're hunting giant ag fields, 60 yards is pretty good. That's pretty average. I mean, anything 80 and less is typically you're going to be in 90% of where you're going to be hunting.
Will this thing record video?
Oh yeah, so it actually.
That's that, right?
Yeah, so if we turn these other ones on, you can. We have an app, right? So you can actually turn the app on. I can watch whatever's going on in the scope from the app.
It's got like a built-in Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like the GoPros. That's pretty slick.
Exactly. Yeah. So and actually,
slick.
you can put that in sleep mode. You can set it down, right? And you can actually sit down in your blind and have that on a tripod and be watching it from your phone. If something walks in front of it, you can hit record from your phone. So start recording and turn it up and just tap the power button and it'll kick back on. And you can smoke them. So
nice.
it's kind of, and that's, hunting with kids or hunting with people kind of first-time hunters, it's actually a really good tool because you can either watch it from your phone directly, which our new ones are TR ones, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, right? The TR ones, you can do the same thing, but with this one, you can even watch over their shoulder, right?
Yeah,
so
you were telling us a story before we started all this stuff about the guy that had done a vision.
Yeah, Michael Edmonds. He's a great guy. So. His story is out there, and he tells it a lot better than I do, and it'll activate your tear ducts. I'm not going to get the details right here, but he a number of years back he lost his vision in a chemical accident at work. Very avid outdoorsman, stuff like that, and he just as later on in his life became completely dependent on other people. So he hasn't been able to hunt. Well, he found our scope through an organization called North American Association of Blind Sportsmen, and they kind of introduced to him, and he's killed turkey, some deer with our scope. But what he does is he actually has a spotter behind him, and they'll look at the screen, they'll tap him on the kind of the top of his head to move the reticle up, tap him lower on his back to move it down, left, right, And then when he's ready to shoot, they'll double tap. And he shot some tannerite. He's killed, like I said, a turkey, which is, I mean, freaking impressive to kill a turkey. Not being able to see where you're shooting, right? And then we've got a number of people, across the country that are using the scope now who are blind, either completely or somewhat blind, and be able to hunt and actually be able to get out and take some game that they didn't think they would ever be able to do again, which is exciting, man.
Because of the screen, they can see things better.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have people like we do a lot with Disabled Outdoorsmen USA, which is another Texas-based organization, which they do a lot of. Man, they're doing some great work for people who just need to get out in the field.
Yeah.
But they've got some of their guys using our scopes, and there's some blind, but there's also some people who are in wheelchairs or who are just can't hold a scope up that are able to hunt again, so they can kind of look back and be able to look at the screen. And basically, if you can look at a smartphone, use a smartphone, you can use the Noctis V1, which is, man, the most exciting. And that's why we have a lot of people saying, was the V1 going away? The V1 will never go away because there are people, it's filling a need that's out there, right? When some people need this type of optic to be able to hunt again, so we're never going to get rid of it. If anything, we're going to improve on it, right?
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
That's super rad.
That's awesome. It's having all these toys around makes me very happy.
Yeah, no one can really see what's happening right now, but we're just surrounded by toys.
Yeah, I mean, I brought a little bit of everything. So I brought our new traditional scopes, which, man, once again, super excited about launching those. Those will be out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll probably start pre-sales, and now that we have them officially and we've got our stamp on them. The TR1, which is the same thing as the Noctis, right? It's just on a traditional body style. So 30 millimeter tubes, right? Mm-hmm. So you can actually mount this to basically anything. And then so anything.
So those both the same.
Exact same technology. Well, these are the same. Yeah,
okay.
These are the same. Actually, watch this too. So one of these is going to pop up. I'm not sure which one yet. One of them will though. So this is the same technology that we have in the V1, a little bit, actually a lot upgraded. Upgraded sensors. These have internal batteries, so you don't have to worry about. So the V1 comes with rechargeable 123As.
Yeah.
This one, I mean,
that's pretty slick, dude.
I know.
I haven't got to look through it yet.
What's crazy
cool, man.
It's crazy when you look through this. You always expect some type of lag, right? You're like, everybody's like, oh, it's digital, because digital has such a bad name. You expect when you move it around for there to be the lag, but there's absolutely
no.
not.
I mean, it's
pretty responsive for sure.
That's incredible.
And then I'm real proud. So that one we're supposed to release, and we have a lot of people who are just like, hey, when's this going to come out? When's this going to come out? We're going to release that. There we go. So now you see you'll start picking up sound here in a second too. I don't know whose it has.
For people
it has a mic on it.
See,
yeah.
Brandon's got his phone out right now.
Oh, look at that.
He's picking up my audio in the room, but the phone is hooked up through a Wi-Fi that's built in on the scope, so you can actually see what the scope's saying and also hear. Yeah. Which is incredible.
That's awesome.
Actually, there will be we'll have them at the gun show. I'm sure this will come after. There's a gun show this weekend. They'll have a display. We'll probably be at every local DFW gun show for the foreseeable future with all this stuff. But that we were going to release, so I guess 6 weeks ago now almost, and it was as good as the V1 as far as the software and the technology and what it was doing, the video. But we wanted it to be better and much better. So. Wanted a quicker option for zoom, and just and the red tint video at night it's just not good. You don't get as much detail out of the picture, so we've upgraded the software and the hardware to kind of get the black and gray, black and white look, so you get a lot more detail out of the video because our sensor is so good that it should be better. So I got word actually today that we should have those very, very soon. So as soon as those production tests are in and we like them, then we're going to release these as well too.
Now I want to go shoot pigs real bad.
Yeah, we need to.
I wanted to this week. The weather got in our way, so we're definitely ready to get out to the farm.
Hey, I know Jackie's working on some new stuff too that you guys need to try.
He was talking about
that liquid,
Yeah, he's working on some new stuff.
Man,
I've been trying to get liquid out of Jackie for 2 years now.
Really?
He's got it.
Oh my God.
Hey, dude, he made this apple block thing that I tried out, and it smelled so good. I tried not to eat it.
He walked into that one.
Oh,
he walked
completely.
right into it.
I'm a child.
Is this color?
Yes, it's color.
Does
it have a red tint to it?
No. I thought it had like full color.
It is full color.
Yeah.
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 I'm confused. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You look like a pirate, right?
You know, you're making eye contact
like
with
a
me. It's
weird
really
robot
messing with
pilot.
You can't
We're
keep...
chasing the sun today.
Arr.
Go back to your business.
You look like you're a cyborg from Star Trek.
Kind of does.
I am the Borg. Yeah, this is what.
Wow. See, yeah, now I've figured out the options.
If anybody can hear any breathing today, Austin is mouth breathing.
Oh
like
yeah.
a mofo.
I don't know what his deal is.
I have allergies.
I have allergies.
He's just a boy.
Just
I
So-
didn't realize it was colored.
should have
that
seen it in
pretty
color.
Yes. Well, you can see these pictures we're laughing at. Check out our social media; they will be there.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
such a cool.
I'm sorry, I've derailed the conversation.
No,
No,
it's-
you
I
didn't
mean-
derail the conversation.
And
You
what
just-
is the model on this one?
That's called the TR1. So the Noctis
TR1.
TR1. So that's our lines are right now. We have the Noctis series, which is our digital day and night, which you have the Noctis V1 and the Noctis TR1, and then our traditional line is called the Prospectus line, where you have the Echo line, which is the essential. So
Okay.
the 1 to 6, 3 to 12. So your basic. This is the 1 to 6, and then the 3 to 12 is going to be like the kind of place of a 3 to 9, right? So it's like going to be a good hunting reticle, just real simple reticle, throw on top of the scope to go out and kill deer, elk, whatever it is. And then we'll have our Tango line, which is going to be the 1 to 8, all first focal plane, right? That's the tactical series, the Tango. And then the 2.5 to 20. And then we'll have a couple more in there. And then we'll have our Alpha series coming out later this year. And those are the ones with we've partnered with a guy who used to be a designer for Fossil. He used to design watches for Fossil.
Oh, okay.
His name's Eric. He's freaking great. I went to high school with him. He's brilliant. He's actually designing knobs to make our knobs really stand out, kind of like watch handles for our Alpha line. They'll have ED glass. They'll be legit. We'll have some, and then we'll actually have some stuff in there too that'll have digital overlays. So we're doing our best to bring technology to the space and make things just so much better but affordable for people, right? Because this technology gets so expensive. You go buy a good thermal. I mean, you go get one of the Trijicon thermals. You're paying $8,000 easy, right?
Oh, sure.
Is it worth it if you have the money? Absolutely. But there's a lot of people who want this stuff who aren't going to go drop $8,000. I never would.
No.
I don't have one.
Not to
for
hunt
sure.
once or twice a month with it.
No.
Like,
If it's my business, that's a different story.
For
But
sure.
that's
Yeah.
I don't do that. I want to just go kill pigs a handful of times a year, and
Yep.
coyotes and raccoons for Austin's desire for raccoon flesh.
raccoon nonsense.
Yeah, your pecker toothpick.
Yeah, he wants pecker toothpick.
I want a whole shot glass full of them.
Hey, there's actually
Hand out at parties.
Put the pecker toothpick back in the jar when you're done with it.
Put it in the pickle juice. the guy so Scott from Horny Deer Sense, when y'all meet him, the guy we used to run moonshine with, we're from up in Dalton, had a raccoon, and I didn't know that was a real thing. He goes, "Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
Promised my daddy I wouldn't put any of those in my mouth.
And I want to cook a
You shouldn't
raccoon.
lie to people.
Jordan,
That's true.
I was waiting for
Hey,
it.
$20.
I want to cook a raccoon.
I ain't gave it
I do
$20.
too.
$20.
I really want to try raccoon.
I'll come over for that. But you can't tell my daughter. She's got raccoons everywhere. Her room is called the Raccoon Den.
Trash pandas.
She loves trash pandas.
Hell yeah, I love that name. That's one of my favorites.
It's good.
That's a good one.
It's from Sonic, right? Did you ever see
Oh,
Sonic?
yeah.
Sonic, so he calls them trash pandas. My son thinks that's hilarious too.
Trash
You haven't seen the new Sonic movie?
Oh, I haven't seen the new Sonic movie.
Dude, Jim Carrey is old school Jim Carrey. It's pretty good.
I didn't even know there was
He's
one.
not
I didn't either.
No.
He's not a retard like he's been lately about guns and stuff.
He's still definitely
Oh.
not.
Well,
That
that
doesn't wash
will
off.
never change.
Yeah.
That won't wash off.
Shut up and make Ace Ventura.
What happened to your
Shut up
leg?
and make your butthole talk
Sorry.
again.
Dude.
Y'all gave him
working on the
tattoos. That's
boat.
what happened to his leg.
Chiggers?
Chiggers, mosquitoes.
I got chiggers this weekend.
I think I'm immune to chiggers.
What happened to your leg?
You're lucky
This has
son of
been
a
like
gun.
I
a
know.
running conversation
He just
with
doesn't doctor it and just sits there and scratches it all damn day. I've got clear nail polish all over
Exactly. That's why you do it.
What, chiggers?
Yes.
mine. Yeah.
us. I don't
Or
You didn't know that?
Aquifer.
No, I mean, it's not a thing.
It is.
You know,
thick.
it is for sure.
There-
It
I mean,
suffocates 'em.
I've got,
It suffocates
I've got
There's not
literally-
anything in there.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not. I promise you.
We're not going
Google.
to derail this podcast
All
for
right,
this,
hold
but
on. Let me Google
Oh,
this
you
real quick,
Google.
'cause
Let's
this
keep
guy-
talking to Brandon.
Hey, I'm here either way. So
So we were talking about the new
so the
TR1.
TR1. Yeah. So that that thing.
So what's the MSRP on this?
$9.99.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's going to come with a similar kit from what you see in there. So you have to run infrared this is what I tell everybody. Our lights they're good enough for about 100 to 200 yards, right? If you're not going to really hunt past that, and really anything past 100 yards, it's going to be a little bit grainy. Everybody that I know that runs a lot of these runs upgraded lights, which we can. I mean, I'm a sucker for technology in general.
Sure.
It's my name on Instagram, right? But the stuff that these guys are doing is just phenomenal down at Victoria Sniper Hog Lights, because I'm telling you, their lights are stupid good. 1,000 yards, no problem with their lights at night.
Wow.
And I mean, it's ridiculous.
Couple that with.
So is there an infrared bulb for that? I know we were playing with it earlier. You had the regular, regular white light on, and it was.
Oh, it'll blind you.
It was the Eye of Sauron.
They've got white, green, red, and then a 940 and an 850.
You guys are both right.
Oh, wait.
Chiggers fall off after a few days, leaving behind red and itchy welts. So they bite. They stay on for a few days. Something stays there, and then they fall off. With Abe's case,
that's a draw.
Who knows?
It's mosquito bites more than it is chiggers.
He's just a dirt dog.
I'm just a dirt dog.
If you're getting chiggers at your house,
I'm not getting chiggers. It's mosquito.
Hire a maid. You have a job.
Oh my God.
Volume.
It is.
Volume.
It is.
Is it loud?
It has to
You
deal
just went,
with.
ah!
It has to do with working on the boat, and I'm working on the boat underneath that little area, and it's full of mosquitoes. And I get.
Hey, you got thanks for that.
Don't you have a thermocell?
You own a thermocell.
Dude,
I know.
you don't have a thermocell?
Thermocell?
You need a thermocell.
you
Still not Mike
guys.
Tyson.
You silly goof, get your thermocell out.
Welcome
to Stormwater
You got those
Podcast.
Spartan things? Have you seen those? They work pretty
No.
daggone well. They're like, you hang them from the tree. They come in. You can buy them in a pack of pairs, but it's like this tube you hang from a tree, like 90 feet away from your house. They work really well.
Is it them like lights with the blue things in the cage?
No,
God.
that's called Friday night entertainment.
Exactly.
Dude.
Watching moss get
Hypnotizing.
cooked.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Throw a grasshopper up there.
I spent a solid 3 minutes the other day watching a cicada killer go to work on a cicada,
Dude.
and couldn't take my eyes off of it.
National Geographic.
Those things
It was awesome.
So I live in Jacksboro, and the cool thing about living out there is every deadly thing in North Texas is there. They've got those red velvet ants. Have you ever seen those things?
Oh God.
Dude, look up these videos of people get stung by red velvet. They're called cow killers, and they look like big ants that are covered in red velvet. Are you looking it up right now?
Maybe.
Yeah, you should.
Put it on the screen.
Yeah, they are
Jamie, pull that shit
beautifully. Have you seen
Exactly.
Isn't that one of the
Yeah,
invasive?
We're turning into it.
Why not?
Isn't that one of the invasive ants? They're
What-
not natural.
like-
Oh, I don't know.
Native-
First
I-
video, the title on it says, "I can totally kill cows."
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's
Oh,
called.
red wasps don't sting you.
Who thought that? Legit.
He did.
How bad did you regret that decision?
He was.
No, I
I
was
think he was
fucking with
kidding
him.
more than he was doing anything.
He was not kidding.
I have not like
He wasn't kidding.
I have not.
Because you said
I-
later in the video, I mean, I've never been stung by one. That doesn't mean I've never been hit by a car.
These things right here.
Hold on.
Look
Oh,
up red
no.
velvet ant if you're listening.
Oh,
to
look,
this.
it's a picture of a cat. It's another cat.
What did you? That's it.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
my
Yeah. So it's got a
Terrifying.
sting that'll. What are you watching?
It's a YouTube video I looked
With
up.
cats? Is this ant
Yes,
gonna
it
kill?
is.
It's gonna kill a cat.
Ants and cats.
Dude,
Ants
that's a
and cats.
YouTube video I like
There
to
it is.
watch.
Ants and cats with
Ants and
Karen.
cats. Ants and cats.
Yeah.
Poor everybody named Karen.
They're pissed anyways.
Yeah. So the ones that fly can't sting you, thank God. But the ones that crawl,
That's terrifying.
Oh my
They're fuzzy.
God.
They're fuzzy
I
like
mean-
a tarantula.
yeah, you see.
I've never seen this.
Like
Yeah,
a
they're all
tarantula.
over Jacksboro. Of course, it's the females that'll get you. Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
No, dude, no
we're-
way.
Look at
We're
that.
gonna skip
That
a little
stinger.
here a little bit. All right. This is
Yeah, so
informative. This
you
is
gotta watch
cool.
out where you
Oh
step.
my God.
Black widows, they're just like that big. Brown recluses, cottonmouth
They
rattlesnakes.
cannot,
all
in
this stuff.
fact, kill a cow.
I like that.
There's what's that guy named Coyote something that he got stung by one of these and he was like, don't do it.
Is
His
this
whole
like
arm-
the
Don't do it.
ants that they're using in Jackass with the glove and shit?
No, that's
they're-
Brazilian bullet ants.
Oh, yeah.
Bullet ants.
Yeah.
Ranella talks about
That
bullet ants.
they make kids wear.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
That's
telling you right
Rite
now,
of passage.
if I live there, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not a man.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go knit baskets or something.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
they said the reason they do it is to prevent them from to build an immunity to it, right?
I don't know. It's stupid. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
They also don't have electricity.
That's part of the problem.
So
or running water.
What's it like in your world without TikTok?
Are we really going to talk about TikTok?
No, we're not.
No, it's a mistake.
Jackie told us, get on TikTok, and I did it for like a week and a half, and now there's nothing on TikTok.
No comment.
Next.
Jackie's into it, though.
Yeah,
like,
if
you look at his,
he makes good videos.
He's got it, though.
The run video, I looked
Jackie,
it up
if you're
just
listening, dude, we know you got it. We know you got the TikTok game.
I think it's sweet. You think Jackie's going to listen to this?
No. He won't.
When does he have time?
Exactly.
I mean, hopefully he's delivering.
When he's not sleeping.
Hopefully he's delivering Texas hawk bait to Buc-ee's somewhere in the state.
Mm-hmm. Or T-shirts.
I love seeing
or T-shirts. Yeah.
We both saw it when we went to
up in
Buc-ee's.
Melissa.
I like every single time I go to a store, like Academy or Buc-ee's, I look for two things. One of them is Rio ammo, and the other is
dude.
Academy's all.
I freaking love Rio ammo.
For sure. Rio's all over Academy.
So speaking of stuff. Accufire only available with your website. Where do people buy it?
So right now most of it's through our website. You can get on Optics Planet, and there's dealers kind of all over the place. Here's what we like. If there's someone that has a dealership that we all have that one dealership or a gun store we all kind of want to visit and so if they have that, we'd much rather go through them. Just because we want to get our name out there. We want people to see, right? And that's the thing about the Noctis V1 is that we can show people our capabilities and show what we're capable of. Redundant, but then we can, when we're coming up with the new stuff, and now people have a little bit of recognition and call it brand recognition, but then they can see that we can build those relationships and really get the good stuff out. Because what's coming after this are red dots and most optics companies, but the difference is ours is going to be affordable, and the quality is going to be solid. And also, with the traditional scopes, no questions, lifetime warranty, right? So don't use it as a tomahawk. Obviously, we want it back. See what happened to it. We recently had someone say that they dropped one of these, and all the screws popped off. I'm like, dude, I've got some. And they're not with me.
Whatever. I'm sure you guys stress test these things. You take it up and putting them across the field.
Well, we'll do. I'm not kidding. When we get one that's like completely in-op or we can't turn it on or anything, we'll get them and drop them, see if anything breaks. And what always happens is something. We've seen one of these bend sideways, but these have never moved.
The screws?
Yeah, never once moved. Is that you see? But it was like perfectly off, and I was like, I'm not trying to call you out, but
did you take it apart?
Yeah. Did you? I said, did you say? Yeah, I did. I was like, that's fine. I'll send it back. That's because they wanted to send just send me the parts, send me the knobs. I'm like, no. I'll send it back if I can't fix it. I'll give you a new one. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, we were
catch me outside. How about that?
That's how we warranty stuff. Like we're not doing partial. Like you send everything back. You got to check this.
Yeah, I'm not letting you work on it. You caused this problem.
Then you break it. And you're like, this thing doesn't work. You're like,
And then you start posting on YouTube and shit that don't work. It's like
you're like Abe trying to put shit back together and then mad because it doesn't work.
We went to Broken Bow this past weekend, and I snapped my fishing pole, and it's favorite brand, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, there's no, like, I got to get this warranted. I've broken two others. One is the classic, getting the tip of the rod caught in the door. That was my girlfriend. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Let's talk about that. Let's explore that.
I bought another one. It's fine. It's hers now.
It's fine.
Oh, you bought another girlfriend or rod?
No.
Did you just glue the final tippet back on? Not tippet.
No.
Was it too broken?
I just trimmed it down. And just left that eyelet at the top. But I emailed them and they were like super. Most rod companies I dealt with, they don't want me to send the whole thing back because what are they going to do with it? They're not going to fix them or anything like that. So to make sure your rod's really broken, they're like, hey, cut this center section out of the rod, with the part number on there. And I was like, that's kind of clever, people trying to scam you, like, oh, I broke it, I can't send it back, send that back to them. So
cut that thing in half.
I'm just stoked because
So they take care of you?
Yeah, that was a whole other thing. That's a different story. We'll talk about that another time. Anyways,
that's good.
But that's a good policy to have when handling warranty products, and it's cool that you guys are offering the lifetime, obviously within reason.
Yeah, it's a traditional. With the digital, it's only going to be 3 years, and that's just because it is digital, right? At some point, it's going to go bad. It wouldn't be realistic for us to do that, but. The thing about it is I'm legitimately obsessed. If you guys come by the office one day, you'll see there's just scopes everywhere, beat up. Every time I get one, I'm obsessed with making these things indestructible. Yeah. I'm obsessed with making something affordable and like that's really solid. Because there's the big three, right? There's Vortex, There's Leupold, right? And then the other ones are interchangeable, or Nightforce, Swarovski, whoever yours is, right? But their stuff is indestructible, but it's expensive, really expensive. So I want to make something indestructible.
Find the middle ground.
Exactly. Yeah. Right? Because there's a lot of things that we found you can cut out, for lack of a better term, cut out to make these things more affordable. And that's what we're doing. And I think we're gonna put some people on their heels.
Can you talk about that, or you don't have to by any means?
It's just it goes back to, like I said earlier, our special sauces. We have direct contact with the manufacturers,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
We basically on a daily basis are talking to the manufacturer. We'll at some point we'll talk a little more about that. But yeah, a lot of these are going through third parties or talking to a project manager through there. We're talking to the people that are
the dude who's doing it.
Yeah, people call them decision. Yeah. Call it. So, and that's what's really been our special sauce. And the fact that you can think about, we went from nothing in October, so not even a year ago, to having, run through so many renditions where we have a finalized product. That's less than a year, right? We're ready to sell, which has been a very long, however long that's been, 8-9 months, almost a year. So to be able to move that quickly on this, and then to have our thermal coming out, which we needed to get more in detail about too, but to have all that coming out as quickly, that's kind of what sets it aside, is that we're able to do, and even do really custom orders, right? Like I've showed you all those things we're doing for Jesse James Firearms, right? He wanted our 2.5 to 20 in PVD, right? And it took time, and he's been solid to work with and super patient, but we were able to, make completely custom stuff like that, which there's no other manufacturer that can do. Well, they could, but they're not going to.
They're not going to.
Right? Right now, if an 833 number calls me, that means our customer service lines is that you guys might have to talk amongst yourself. I have to take it. So that's what kind of we're doing, is we're obsessed with this, and we're living it. We're that's traditional startup where we're not sleeping, we're not eating, we're not we're not getting paid, and we're just getting stuff done because it's for the greater good of all the outdoor tech, right? And so be able to
what's Accufire's history?
Long story short, so it kind of started by accident, right? There were some people who were making kind of infrared night vision cameras, surveillance cameras, and stuff like that. Kind of stumbled upon this industry and realized there was a potential here to make something like this, because there is night vision. There was it just came from some really brilliant minds, and is actually, and I'm going to get the dates wrong. It was about 7 years of research before they actually released the first Noctis, which that's gone through countless revisions. So in 2017 is when they officially launched with the kind of first rendition of the Noctis, and it's gone through the revisions to it. You got it to where it's at now.
And that was product number 1.
It's the only product they've had for the past 2 years. So it's actually the only product to date that we've been selling. So the 1 to 6 and the 1 to 8 will be the first products we officially put on sale. Because another thing is too, we're not going to pre-sell anything until they're ready to go. Because we could have already started pre-selling all this stuff because we're close. But I want to make sure
people hate that. I hate that. You hate that. It's like, I pre-bought it, and then it ends up being a year, and you're like,
ugh.
WTF.
Yeah, and it just puts a bad taste in your mouth.
I don't like it either.
So we could have technically started pre-selling these in April when we first came with the plans, but it's gross.
It is gross. I agree.
It's gross is that we're on a podcast with a 5-year-old.
Me?
Not you. Your buddy here. Don't look at me with those dead eyes, you church bitch.
Wow.
It's getting real in here. Abe's going to start swinging at somebody.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Abe needs to go home.
I don't know where this aggression's going.
Get out of my house.
So you said there's red dots and such coming down the road. Any RMR style, tube style,
all of it. So that's the thing, is that our goal is literally everything in the optics space, and then things you never even thought about will be coming out of Accufire, right? But once again, we'll talk about them when we got stuff getting close.
Yeah.
Like our thermal, right? We're real close to our thermal. Everyone's beating down the door. Hey, when's the thermal? When's it? We've got everybody wanting to put in purchase orders and pre-orders. We're like, not till it's ready. Not till it's ready. Oh, that thermal is going to be a game changer. So, we've even in our engineering meetings talked about holographic stuff and augmented reality and using all that stuff in this space. Right now, it's super futuristic and maybe even completely out of.
Sure.
We're going to talk about it. And we're going to look at the possibilities, and that's another good thing about having the connections with not only traditional manufacturing, but the digital and the camera side, and the e-optics and all that stuff. All being able to combine all that into the manufacturing for us is what's going to really help us kind of catapult. I mean, looking at my big dream is as a bow hunter, right? I really, really want to figure out some way to have either a thermal or a night vision, infrared night vision, something set up for a bow, right? So where your peep sight would be, think about where your peep sight would be something you look at, and then where your stabilizer would be your light or your battery or something like that, right? So you can hopefully put all that into the front end, and then so that's the kind of stuff that we want to be able to just do.
That would be clutch.
That would be really badass.
Yeah, and the technology is getting better and better every day, and so I really think we can do stuff like that, and that's kind of we want to piss everybody off a little bit,
disruptive.
We want to rattle the hive, see who we can get to come out and be mad at us,
Word, I like that.
I love that. That's for sure.
It's fun.
Dream big.
Yeah, dream big.
Just disrupting an industry, is how you gain your place in it.
Yeah.
It's I have that problem of going all in at stuff and taking big swings, and most people who worked with me sometimes been pissed off at me, but
I get it.
Shit happens.
GSD, man, get shit done.
Sorry for partying.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
Why are you still here? I thought you were going
I don't
home.
understand why y'all don't do this on video, because the world's missing out.
I don't know.
We've talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to.
Look, we're barely able to get the sound into people's head, let alone video. Can you imagine what it would be?
No, we always get the sound out. It
Yeah.
just
The
gets
sound does get out, but can you imagine a video would be like watching like PBS in 1986. Just somehow we would have VCR type quality.
I think that could be
awesome.
the hipsters love
Have
that.
you ever watched Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule?
Yes.
What are friends?
Dr. Steve Brule with you. Why?
I don't know this.
Are you kidding?
No.
John C. Riley?
Peanut nor.
Oh, my God.
Tastes like fruit. You're supposed to spit it out,
yes,
but
yes,
no way,
yes.
Jose.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about
I'm
now.
not
Yeah.
spitting that out.
I'm not scared of puppets anymore.
Exactly.
John C. Riley.
Yeah. We bonded over movies already. We used to have the same issue. You guys all have to watch Open Range. That's my only requirement.
Open Range is a badass
Thank
movie.
you.
Robert Duvall?
Yes.
Yeah. I love
I
Bobby
don't
Duvall.
think
And
I've
John
seen
Dutton?
No.
Yeah.
John Dutton,
We were
Bobby
texting about
Duvall.
this yesterday.
Yeah. I think that John Dutton is actually that role is the perfect, that probably is his lineage, because that guy just was a badass. My favorite line is, "You're the man that shot our friend." He goes, "Yeah, I shot the boy too, and I enjoyed it. No questions, no talking crap, just one to the forehead." You thought that was gonna be the big fight scene, right? You thought that was gonna be the duel of the two gunslingers, right? And no, just walked up.
That's the best.
Just
Forget the dialogue.
Yeah, shut up.
Not done.
do work, son. Do work.
Exactly.
Outside of, is
Canoeing
Robert
people.
Duvall one of the greatest cowboy actors of all time?
Who else would be better?
I mean, maybe John Wayne?
No.
No.
Bobby Duvall?
I go Clint Eastwood before John Wayne because I'm a Clint
Definitely.
I'm a huge
Definitely.
Clint Eastwood
But that's
fan.
for spaghetti westerns.
But see, I think both of those are better, old war dog characters. You know what I mean? Robert Duvall, Kurt Russell,
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
and also, Kevin Costner. They were made
Kevin
to be
Costner.
cowboys.
Oh,
Yeah.
No
They,
doubt.
they just have that.
I've been hearing about that. What is it?
Yellowstone.
You haven't watched Yellowstone?
I haven't
Let's
either.
please, can we just not talk about it? Because
What?
I have not watched an episode because I have not been able to find it.
I haven't watched it.
And
It's on the
I-
Paramount Network. You have to, if you don't have cable, you
I
got to
know.
buy it on Amazon.
Worth
I can
it.
buy it on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
YouTube TV might have it too. Because I keep getting notifications
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because I have
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
TV.
I've heard it's great, and I have a problem with series. These guys understand me. I get bored and wander off.
An
Oh.
overstatement.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just talking about that last
I've finished. I'm actually the same problem. I've finished very few series. The Shield was one of them. I don't know if you ever
Oh,
watched
yeah.
that. Michael
Oh, yeah.
Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis.
I finished that. That was great. And then, but most
Dallas Rider.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're even Dexter and all those.
Shane.
I just got
Dexter
very-
got kind of shitty.
He
Yeah,
did.
Paul Goggins.
And then
Sure.
what's
Tell you what didn't get turned into garbage. House.
Yes, I
love that show.
House was probably
Yeah.
the series I've watched.
I started
the
it
most.
over this week to Lauren's chagrin. It's like
I know,
we already
I
watched
probably-
this. I'm like, we did
We're on the
like
Homeland
6
kick
months.
right
The
now. We were
House-
just talking
Homeland's
Six
about
one of
months
those
ago.
people that are a hero.
I love House. I identify with him.
Pill popping, like energy drinks. Like
I'm better at House than she is, and she's almost a doctor. It's true.
Yes.
Facts.
Sarcoidosis. It's what everything is.
Exactly.
Yellowstone is definitely on the list to watch.
You got to watch. It's just. And that's like all the people who are, and then you have the guy Rip, who was the bully from Dazed and Confused, right? It's like perfect. That makes sense, right? The redheaded guy from Dazed and Confused. I always forget his name.
Yes.
I feel bad I'm forgetting his name right now, but dude, phenomenal actors, and all of them are like, they can probably all kick my ass. There's actually, if you're a Texas country music fan, Ryan Bingham's on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, he's really good.
And I'm sure he plays a good just.
Oh yeah, he don't give up.
Redneck.
Yeah. I'm sure he
just
probably does some drugs. He's got to.
He's
pretty sure he used to do drugs.
Who hadn't? Wait, what?
Sorry for partying.
See, that's where you use that one. You got that one right that time.
You're like the most
you just
whitest
keep saying
kid
it until
I
you
know.
get
Yeah.
Just in color.
Just in color.
You are kind of. You have a lot of the same color. You have like a earth tone to you.
Do you want another Mountain Dew?
I am
there,
called
buddy?
what is it? You look like a professional. What do you call me? A PH from Australia. Every time I come over here.
Africa.
Africa.
You have to hunt with a PH.
I don't know.
And you were in shorts the other days. Maybe not these shorts.
It was.
But they were little. They were extra short. No, I don't give. That's fine.
Chubbies.
He liked them.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Skibbies.
But he just rolls in like in his camouflage short and his short shorts and his tinnies. I'm like,
hello.
I'm like, you look like.
I'm going to shoot an elephant.
Yeah, it looked like you're ready to lead me after a rhino or something.
Yeah.
missing the one side.
Shoot it in its neck.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
Yeah, kind of like him. Exactly.
You need one of those hats with
Dude,
the
I
side
need-
folded up.
Clever girl.
Get that and wear that all deer season.
Dude, I'm about to get a mullet. You can get that hat at least.
Okay.
All the pictures when
Okay.
we go to the coast, I'm gonna have a mullet.
And
Every
make
picture
sure
from the
you have
coast.
short-ish shorts on.
Just all through deer season, just
For
wear
sure.
shorts.
Yeah, like
Better
no
than
matter
snow
what.
camo, your last challenge.
Oh god.
Chasing challenge with Steve Bowman.
Sorry I ever came up with an idea at all to do anything for anyone
we are
else.
too.
Well, next time, stay in your lane.
I tell you, the
Stay in your lane.
podcast challenge is bad.
What's that?
Be nice to Abe for one whole podcast.
Oh my god, that is the best challenge ever.
I mean,
Is that
won't
possible?
happen.
No, it is not
won't happen.
possible.
Be nice to everyone. Won't
I'm
happen.
willing to put money on it that there's no way.
All right, hold on.
Outside of you.
money, boy.
Hey, this is gonna be Abe one of these days, right here.
Exactly. Totally.
Yes.
It won't happen.
I wish.
I'm not gonna put that on social media, but
He's got a tiny schmeckle.
Yeah, my
so just describe this guy.
wish.
This guy catches a huge fish, but I would say he's probably in his late 70s and does not care that he's basically just wearing boxers with everything showing.
Yeah, exactly.
junk's hanging out.
Yeah. It's like you ever listen to Rodney Carrington?
Oh,
Dad, where you
yeah.
going with that dress on? I'm a motor yard.
I'm
You look
comfortable.
funny, but I feel good.
Feel good.
Hey,
Comfortable.
I want to be.
Rodney
Who doesn't want to be at that stage in life, right?
Just so few cares.
Yeah,
None given.
one of these days. But also to get things back on
Target.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
see what you did there.
Oh, dude, he's a
That was an
professional.
accident.
Pew. That's what he does for a living.
Puns.
Talk.
Our thermal, that's the next big thing coming out, right? And we've talked about that a little bit. But our thermal is actually, it's a handheld scanner, 640 core we talked about. But it's actually, we're going to have two different type of mounts. So if you have a full rail, full Picatinny rail, you can actually, we'll have a quick disconnect mount. So you can mount that directly to your rifle right in front of it. Mm-hmm. Or if you have like a traditional bolt style, 700 action, right? You can put that. We'll have cups that'll fit on the front of the scope itself, right? So if it's a 40 millimeter front end, we'll have it'd be like 42, right? With some padding and stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of scopes, have threads on the inside for your sun shield.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of having things machined to direct attach?
We have looked at. Yeah. The problem is that each one of them is going to be different, but we can look at. I'm thinking for ours we'll probably have that. It's kind of an incentive. Say, hey, look, this is already ready to go.
Put it all together.
Sure.
Correct.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And so we're looking at that's next week. We're meeting on what packages put together. It's like, hey, if you buy a 1 to 8 and this, you get this, or if you get this, and then eventually we'll start throwing in like red dots and stuff like that. So we're trying to build brand loyalty, right? Like to show people, hey, just buy our stuff, give it a shot, and get everybody addicted, and then just start dropping the ED glass, the Alpha line, the Omega line, which is going to be
drug dealer style.
Exactly. Get them hooked.
Yep.
It's called taster vial.
Yep.
Blue Magic.
Watched a lot of great movies in the 80s and 90s about that.
Yeah.
Yep. First rule: you don't get high on your own supply.
The Wire.
That's a good movie. I thought you were talking about Friday at first.
It's also a good movie.
Which one, me?
Yeah.
What's up, Big Perm? I mean, Big Worm.
What a big worm.
I was going Scarface.
That is a good one.
So right now, if someone wants to buy Accufire products, the only thing at this moment is Noctis.
Correct. Until
very soon.
Very soon. Next few weeks. So what I would recommend is following us on social media. It's Accufire Tech on Instagram. Obviously Accufire Technology on Facebook, or follow myself too, which Outdoor Tech Geek. We're gonna be posting. So you'll see the test videos, and then once we. And a lot of people are getting frustrated because we're not dropping stuff yet. But as soon as everything's ready, we're going to drop it, and it's just going to be open the gates. So we'll have a new website, everything ready to go. And that's what all new branding, all that stuff. So it'll be going from just this to open the floodgates on basically everything, right?
Wow.
So the goal is between now and Christmas just to open the floodgates for all of our new products. Right?
So we've talked about so many products. What's the next product that's going up for sale?
The 1 to 6 and 1 to 8.
Okay.
That's we'll have the 1 to 6 is going to be entry level. It's going to be sub $600 scope, and then the 1 to 8 will be a sub $900 kind of tactical close range combat out to a couple hundred yards scope.
The T is the one I want.
TR1 is I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
If this next
Thermal,
test.
son. Thermal.
I know.
Well, so here's the thing about thermal, right? That's one of the things is everybody's like, thermal. Thermal's great, right? But if you're hunting in a place where you've got cattle or you've got the possibility of neighborhood dogs coming in, if you see a heat signature, a really big pig can look like a cow, right? Or a really small cow can look like a pig. So if you have, unless you have a really high-end thermal, like, one of the Reaps or something like that.
1240 core, 1280 core.
Exactly, right. I mean, 640, but even still, only thing you're going to see is heat signature. You're not going to see what that is.
Yeah.
That's what infrared gives you, right?
Yeah.
That's what infrared gives you, that detail. So that's the big thing, right? That's what everybody wants, is that one infrared thermal overlay or a fusion device that does both of them that's not $20,000.
Yeah.
So obviously that's something that we're
Fingers.
Yeah, we're working hard on that one. We really want to be the first one with a really good version of that's affordable.
I was going to touch on it earlier. We used the term the other day, and I just like to call us thrifty, not cheap. We're
duck hunters. I call bullshit on that.
Well,
true.
We talk about that. Like, I didn't buy waders till after 3 seasons. Like, I borrowed as much as I could.
Yeah.
And shotgun, I think my first season I borrowed a pump from someone.
Yeah.
Try to make the smart purchases, but obviously, it's hard for any of us to really justify throwing a bunch of money at something. So, like, getting a product out there, well, not you, maybe.
No, I'm talking about that one. He's the one that's throwing a lot of money at things.
I know where you work.
I don't have kids.
Exactly. I feel it.
Yeah. I mean, what if I throw money at?
I'm curious about this now. What has he thrown about?
Well, we have a side-by-side. We have a boat.
He got a deal on that.
I sold my Harley for that.
I'm not saying you weren't responsible. It's not like you're like running up the credit card.
Hey, dude, don't talk to my friend like that, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe you should look inward.
Hey, why don't y'all bring where the pads at?
Rock'em
Downstairs
sock'em.
in the closet.
They probably know better.
We tried that
Yeah.
already. We talked
Fuck, I'm
about
gonna fight these 3?
No, just
Die.
one at a time. Just one at a time.
blood in, blood out, I say.
No.
There's some things that don't need to happen at this house.
No.
Right, buddy?
Right, but
I don't fight. No.
Abe's a cuddle bug. He likes to cuddle with his friends.
Yeah.
Abe's one of those guys knows how to have friends that know how to fight, so he doesn't have to fight.
Exactly.
Dude.
Smart. Everybody needs those
I
guys.
just stop him from fighting somebody at
I just
boat
learned
ramp once.
Yeah, on a duck hunt.
Oh man, I can't believe you slapped that.
Oh, yeah.
Too. That's a bummer.
You slap someone?
No.
No,
People, you probably have heard this, but we were public land duck hunting, and people rolled in too close to us.
No.
We were set up. They came in. They rolled up and sat like
weren't
right
too
on the other
close.
side of the tree
We
line.
couldn't see them. There was brush. We knew they were out there, but
we had set up in a place, and they set up
Tell your
like
story
65
It's getting
yards on the
pumped
other
right now.
like from us, right?
Yelling.
Too close.
So too close, but whatever. It's public land, right? So we're blowing duck calls. I'm new duck hunter at the time. Still a new duck hunter, but at that time I was a really, really new duck hunter. And well, I'm with two people who allow me to be a total piece of shit and blow my duck call like garbage.
He's got to learn, whatever.
Yeah, right. So they're helping me.
I saw you blow the coyote call earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And so this dude just yells out like, "Your duck calling sucks. If you don't like it, meet me at the fucking boat ramp." Well, these two look at each other and are like,
and when you start pulling,
duck hunt's
we
over.
start pulling decoys. Like,
yeah, I'm
all
like,
right.
guys, like
this hunt just got fun.
I'm an idiot.
There's no birds. Let's go fist fight some rednecks.
Yeah. So, I was just
he was like,
no,
no boys, we don't need to do this on my account. I don't care. I was like, we don't care about you. We're just here for
man
the
enough
fight.
to accept the fact I do suck. He was just small enough shrimp to yell it out, So,
whatever.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's all good.
So you slapped him?
No.
We never saw him again.
We never saw him again, but
yeah.
Boy, when we do.
That was an anticlimactic story.
Yeah.
I was hoping that you slap somebody.
My friends will kick your ass.
Well, yeah, exactly. What am I gonna do?
Sick him.
I'm anti that, right? Like, oh, what are you gonna do? My friends here are gonna kick your ass. No, I'm not that guy.
You don't know who my dad is.
You don't even know who my dad is.
My dad can beat up your dad.
Yeah, no.
My dad was like, nah, sorry, man, you're on your own.
Yeah. My dad would get his ass kicked. Are you kidding me? He gave birth to me. So it's not like Ving Rhames shit me out and I'm just like a disappointment. I mean, I am, but in a whole other way.
Is this becoming a therapy session?
Of course.
George, move out of the way so he can lay down.
Hey, yeah.
Why?
I got this.
Whoa. Lap nap.
You just stared him in the eyes after he
Dude,
did
they
that
make
too.
so
that
much.
was the weird part.
Their eye contact has made me a little bit questioning. Which one of y'all are married?
Neither of us.
Both of them. All of us.
All of us.
You're kind of like almost close enough.
Close enough.
By the way, the deer tacos you made earlier, fantastic.
Yes.
You should do that more often.
Anytime.
It happens a lot.
Anytime.
Yeah, he's the cook for sure. The chef.
So
Can you change the song?
no, I was going to say too. I think we mentioned it earlier, but
he's the captain. That includes
captain.
Let him finish.
I don't. It's not important.
No,
it is important.
It is important.
I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm just kidding.
Saying earlier.
No, we were talking earlier about these lights though. So it kind of goes back to what you're saying about using like the thermal versus night vision.
Yeah.
Right. There's also a need for solid spotlights, right? And that's one of the things people are missing is when you go night hunting. Like you have bait stations and stuff like that. And if you're just hunting, pigs, if you get them coming in, especially if you have good bait stations and feeders, and you got them set on a timer, all that stuff. Got good cameras, right? You can get them coming in there. You can just hunt with night vision or just a thermal because you know what you're hunting. But if you're actually going out to new spots, calling stuff like that, you need the full kit, right? You get the coyote cannon with the green light, be able to see. I think it's like 1,600 yards with that at night. See an eyeball, so you can see them coming in. Because your thermal, you're not going to really even a good thermal, 1,000 yards maybe. You can start really identifying what's going on. So if you can start seeing these coyotes and see them coming in, and then you get your spotlight, see where they're at, see some eyes, get them moving. And then get your thermal and start spotlighting what's going on. And then you get your infrared on there, and you can just tell it's like daylight, right? Looking out there in daylight, and then you can just rain down hell on them. And I think that's the goal, right? Is rid as many of these pigs and coyotes as possible.
Put a hurting on them. I know I think the TR1 is. I'm gonna save my shekels.
I'm gonna tell you too. The one thing though about any of the scope mounted ones is that the scope eye. That's the one thing I do love about the Noctis, the V1, is that your eye is never, like, no matter what you come off, and your eye is just jacked for a while, right?
Yeah, you're blown out.
Yeah, and even this one, you could turn down all the way to 1%. It's basically like looking like a flat white paper, but it's still, when you come off, it's still light.
You're looking into a light.
Yeah, 2 inches away from your eye.
Yeah, when I used yours when I shot that pig, it was the same thing. Like, pulling up, like, blinking a little bit. Oh, shit, it's dark outside.
Yeah, and let's say, like, I'm one of those, worst case scenario prepper mindsets. Not really prepper, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
So, if you're out and you're on some pigs and they're running towards you and you do that and you come off and you're blinded, that's the last time you want to be blinded is when you're in the middle of it.
I've seen some of those on YouTube before where the guys are looking through night vision and then Hog's running at him and he's like pulls off the side and he just starts shooting because he can't really see where it is. It's like that sounds kind of terrifying for a second.
Have y'all been with dogs yet? Have you ever run?
No.
Oh my God, you got to do it. It is. I've done some crazy things in my life, which, everything from jumping out of stuff to jumping on stuff to all that stuff, flipping cars on purpose. hunting hogs with a dog is, I'll make sure I said that right.
Yeah, no, it's always
is one of the most, especially if you're running. Like, so actually the last time I did it was over in that place I was telling you, that duck, that we're not going to say where, but that honey hole over there, right? And we were running through all these just cattails, and then the bay dogs, and then you hear them baying, and you let go of that Argentinian dogo makes these big and they're just take off, and you're all just running, and you hear the there's video of it too, and it's but you just hear that fight, and you get over and you get close, and you're in cattails, you have no clue what you're running into, right? And then you smell that boar, that musk. And you're like, oh hell yeah, we're in for a fight. And you get in there, and it's just that you see dogs and just chaos, and you get in there and stick it. Dude. I'm telling you, and even more of a rush, you get in there and tie it up, right? Yeah. You actually catch it, man. You're talking about it's like being in a fight. Like you know that moment right before you're about to get in a fight. Like that's how it feels for like
pump when you like grit your teeth and you're like,
and just
everything's
just like just that. But you don't have to worry about getting punched in the face. You still got to worry about getting a hold of a tusk. But there's the
other thing is
worse than getting punched in the face.
Yeah, you do have some dogs to help you out, thankfully. But
dude, but man. That if you
scar like
pig scar on your leg,
be
pretty sweet.
My great uncle got
scars.
Got him down at his ranch. He's in Central Texas, like Copper's Cove, Lampasas area.
Yeah,
he was out on his side by side doing God knows what.
Chores.
He didn't. He left his. He had 357 he normally carries. He left it in the side by side, and hog got him in the hip, and he had to crawl back to the side by side to get out of there. And I was like. You had that, but that's
man. People don't understand
how out for a charge, It sounds
stay
terrifying.
strapped or get clapped.
Yeah,
George Washington probably.
Kyle Rittenhouse, son.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
George Washington, probably.
Have you seen that shirt?
Yes.
That shirt is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Stay strapped or get clapped. George Washington, probably.
I like the one where he's got nods on.
Oh,
yeah. I've got a shirt that it looks like Rampage Jackson with it looks like him with this, what's it called, that
Mohawk?
No, the 3-point hats like they wore back in the
jester hat or what?
the colonial days.
Colonial
hat. But he's got full tack gear on with the the AR with the Trigicon in front. I was like, I don't know why, I just love this shirt. It's like a black rifle, the Victos shirts. I freaking love it, man. But
you talking about Black Rifle Coffee Company?
No, it's called Victos Black Rifle Company. They make actually they're I wear a lot of their stuff. It's good for the competitions. It's real durable. So man, because I've ripped so many clothes like sliding on gravel and stuff like that.
Yeah,
those bone grafts on gravel feels good.
Oh my God,
feels real good. But you were talking about that with your uncle the other day. My daughter was asking me. She was like, why? Because we're after meeting with Jackie, we set all this bait out and stuff like that. Like, why do you have to do this? Why are there so many companies that are out after hogs? Why is it such a big conversation? I actually listened to y'all's podcast with Jackie, and I actually drove her by this place on the side of the highway where there was like a quarter mile just rutted up. Right? I was like, look at this. You see this? You see right here this farmer's property? Think how much money he put into this hay, and all this is done now. He can't drive his tracks over. So how much money did he lose?
Yeah.
Then I went over the math, and I went to the basic math. If they could have six pigs every 6 months, and did the math on that. I said, they say if half of those are girls, and I did the math. She goes, oh, wow, that's crazy. I said, now think about this if we don't kill them. How many, or,
just
catch them, eradicate them.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's bad. I said, now do you want to go pig hunting? She goes, yep. I was like, all right, good. So now I've got another little addiction over there.
Word.
Because, pig hunting's fun, man.
Oh, it is. It's so much fun.
Jared killed his first pig like a month ago.
Congratulations.
My first pig.
He tried to play it off.
Over Texas hog bait,
at first I was just kind of like, oh, whatever, it's a pig, And then as I kind of sat and thought more, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to build an AR. Let's go shoot some damn pigs in the face. Like, I'm ready, dude. I want to, like I said, we were supposed to go yesterday, I think. Yeah. Weather was moving in, so it's like, I was honestly a little bummed. I was like, oh, damn weather.
Is that the place up in Oklahoma y'all go?
No.
It's just right out Edgewood.
That's right.
So, yeah, man.
It's not a bad drive after work.
I've got night vision.
Let's go.
I've got one. You got a couple.
Dude,
let's bring TR1, bring the Noctis, bring the new thermal, and I've got a Pulsar IR. And let's kind of just run through them all.
We've got enough for everybody here to set up on a tripod and just smoke some pigs. We can take out. That's the thing too. Is like you take out an entire herd or entire sounder.
Yes.
Next day there's gonna be more of them in there. Mm-hmm. We have a dead spot up in Buddy Mine's place up in Jacksboro. He's had pigs on the property, but they haven't really been coming. So we went, just took one of those sniper cams. I think I've shown you guys pictures of it. I'm surprised I haven't got a notification yet, but we actually. Anyway, so just cut off some mesquite trees, hung this apple block, and then just put swine crush and LRA out. 5 days later, we had some deer come in, and then the next day there were pigs. And then since then, there's been 3 different sounders coming in, morning, noon, and night, just pigs and pigs and pigs. And so now we go set the feeder there, get them coming there every night, and just yeah. So it's crazy. And somebody the other day says you can't get pigs on a schedule. I'm like,
nah.
I
can set my watch.
Yeah.
We got one feeder.
We have
like
camera that'll
10 o'clock on the dot.
Well,
almost.
that video I showed you earlier, the 4570. Jason Brooks from Cyper Hog Lights. That guy every night. If I go look at his social media, I think just about every night he takes at least one pig or at least one coyote. The guy is doing work down in Victoria. But I went down there. He goes, all right, man, this feeder's going to go off at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, the pigs are going to be there. So at 9 o'clock, the feeder goes off. So yeah, exactly. So I set up, and that whole video that was everything. That was everything that happened. I set up on my bog pod, right? Got my rifle ready. I was about to adjust the light, and as I turned it on, I saw that boar. I mean, it was at 9 o'clock, and it was like clockwork coming to that feeder. So I turned it on, and I said shh, because it was Jason and Ashley sitting there. And as soon as I did that, he turned around and looked, and I smoked him right in the neck. And it was that quick because if you saw, he was about to bolt. He was about to get out of there. So, and man, then it's that quick because 9 o'clock on the dot, the feeder goes off. They hear it, they come eat and get out of there.
Ours has been between 10:30, and when we went out there, I think it was probably
10:04.
It was just after 10.
Him and my wife Lauren went out. She took her bolt gun and was like, "All right, if they come before dark, I'll shoot." And it's at 10 o'clock. He took my night vision. 10 o'clock. Abe and I are sitting up by the pond. We fished till dark, and we're just kind of sitting there drinking beer, shooting the shit. And he's shooting suppressor. Zip. I said, "That was a shot."
That was a shot.
So I started texting him. I'm like, yeah, we're pretty sure a pig's down. I'm like, we'll give it a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And then we start kick the light bar on the side by side and are hauling ass to this hayfield. Like, oh, it's right there. Giant dead boar. Like, almost ran it over.
I mean, when we got out, we were looking for it. I'm like, I think he ran off. We'll have to go look for him. And then I think it was Lauren, looks down and nearly steps on it. And she's like, oh, shit, there it is. And I'm like, oh, wow. He dropped. I didn't think so.
DRT.
DRT. Congratulations.
It's cool, man.
Welcome to the new. I see.
It's bad now. Yeah, we were talking about it because I've got I've got a 243.
Oh yeah, you have to do something about that.
Yeah, I bought it was like
I've been shooting with 5.56. I mean, ear hole.
Yeah, the 243. This is the thing about pig hunting is you typically, unless you just got a lot of time behind a bolt, you want a semi-auto, right? Because you're going to get a chance to take more than one shot typically, right? Mm-hmm. So like a bolt, that Ruger Precision, I'm pretty quick with it, but man, with anything semi-auto, you just da. Yeah. Even a shotgun helps.
Which is now why it's like we started talking about it, and it's like, all right. And I got down the rabbit hole looking up AR builds, and I'm like, okay. And they're like, dude, you can do this. It's fine. We'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool.
15 minutes.
Everything's so expensive right now. But also, a lot of stuff is sold out. Like, people have been buying them up like crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, dude, the ammo aisle in Academy is terrible.
Totally.
The ammo supply in the U.S. is just terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, you're paying 60 cents a round now for 9mm.
It's insane.
If you can find it.
Yeah.
Well, it's I found a website where you can go. It's basically an aggregator of all the other ones. So you can find the ammo.
AmmoSeek?
AmmoSeek.com.
That's what I use.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can get it there all the time, but it's you're going to pay for it. 60 cents a round for some CCI lawman practice rounds, but I'm addicted to these competitions now too. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you guys ever want to get out, $35, go to North Texas Multi-Gun over in Triple C. They have matches every weekend. 3-gun or 2-gun, so you can just do pistol and AR. The nicest community of people I've ever met. Everybody's willing to help you, trying to teach you. And then the other one's the steel matches where it's basically just pistol. It's like being at the carnival, man. As long as you have the ammo, it doesn't matter what you have out there. You just need a holster and some magazines, and it's a blast. And it's $35 to get out there and do it. It's absolutely worth it. The precision matches, you're gonna need some stuff. You can't just go out there with an AR and you need some. My kind of good segue though, right, is that my Ruger Precision is a production gun. It's a 308. Everybody said I wasn't gonna be able to hit anything with our 2.5 to 20, our Tango 20. I mean, I was making 1,000-yard shots with it. I'm middle of the road shot, best case. But you get out there with with the Applied Ballistics app and kind of do your research and make sure you get some dopings in. You don't have to have much gear. Our scope's $11.99, $11.90, somewhere around there. You get a Ruger Precision $1,500 on Gunbroker. You're looking $2,600, right? It's not bad for a 1,000 yards.
No doubt.
Yeah, and you go Triple C all day. I mean, that's the only place I know of. I mean, there's a couple other ones, but you can go out there and actively practice 300, 400, get your dopings and spend time out there. So it's a good way too, especially if you're going to do a lot of pig hunting. That tactical shooting will really come to play because you'll learn how to tweak target acquisition.
Close quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you have a lot of fun. Go do some stock hunting with pigs. You'll get your heart racing, or with a bow.
I chased them around Edgewood property last year. I was deer hunting, and the sounder came through. I was like, well, deer aren't coming. So I climbed out of the stand and followed them almost the whole 90 acres.
Yeah.
And got up on them a couple times. They'd win me and run off. And like, oh, they're still over there. And we played tag all day.
I've taken a shot. We chased the sounder in that same spot where where the duck were, and also where we killed that, where we did the dogs. We had a couple buddies. For a while, when we finally, there was a pack of 30 of them, and we took one shot at 50 yards and missed, and we came back around. There's actually a video I found the other day on Photo Bucket, and I drew back and I stuck this sow, just in her spine, and we've talked about this a little bit. I'm real big on ethical kills. That's the whole point of Accufire being as accurate. I want animals not to feel anything. So when I stuck her in her spine, she started screaming. There was this boar we never even saw came out and just latched onto her face, trying to get her to be quiet. And then he caught sight of us and just he kind of did that first charge, and then he just full on, dude. I dropped my bow. I was gone.
Out.
Oh, I'm telling you, I didn't care about anybody behind me. I was gone.
Every man for themselves.
Yeah, I would have tripped one of my buddies if I'd have thought about it.
There's a joke that always runs around all these gun forums about that, because we post like, oh, what caliber's best for bear? What caliber's best for bear? And somebody one day said 22 long rifle. And that, of course, everybody loses their mind. Like, you're an idiot. Get out of here. You noob, whatever. Just railing him. Finally, somebody says, why don't you explain yourself? He said, all I got to do is shoot my buddy in the knee.
I'll do it, too.
Oh.
I'm a survivalist. But no, it's cool to be in Texas at this time right now. There's so many good brands in the hunting outdoor industry just coming out of nowhere, right?
It's awesome.
In Texas in general, you got, Duck Camp, Chama Chairs, Texas Hog Bait, Sniper Hog Lights,
Accufire,
Air
Rifle,
Accufire, Rio Ammo,
Air Armor Tech,
Mm-hmm.
Air Force air guns. Which have you guys play with any of their stuff?
I know of it. Yeah. We've talked to a guy who was into it.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but it's pretty freaking impressive.
Badass.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I don't want to get shot with the 50 cal anything.
No.
But I'm excited to be part of everything that's going on here right now. It's a
cool.
big time, man. It's a big time.
Texas is awesome. It's the greatest country on earth.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Word.
Changed my mind.
Absolutely.
Fight me. Meet me at the boat ramp.
Meet me at the boat ramp.
You didn't meet them at the boat ramp.
No, I didn't.
I would have. I'd have been right there with you guys.
His friends were here. He's
My full decoys.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, ain't no birds. Let's go fist fight.
Was it cold outside?
Not too cold for fighting.
Perfect.
Not that cold at
It's the
all.
only
It was just
time
cool enough
not
so it wouldn't be too. Yeah, it'd be comfortable fight.
Yeah. I lived up in Spokane, Washington for a while, and every once in a while, it'd be middle of the winter, 1 degree outside. It's amazing. Let's go fight. Nah, dude, that's gonna hurt. No, even thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Really, the only reason I stopped you from fighting them is because I did not want to have to bury 2 bodies at Lake Tawakoni.
Let's be honest. The only reason you didn't want to fight them is because you didn't want to possibly get in a fight.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten into a fight. That wouldn't have
At
happened.
least he's honest,
Nope.
right?
No.
Stand back. You pull out your phone, start recording.
Hey, this
There ain't
volume,
no doubt.
Abe, volume.
Hey, there's a
Oh,
guy
my
on your
bad.
back. There's a guy on your back, guys.
I would have absolutely waited for them to
Oh,
fight.
he leaking! He leaking!
Then
You leave my friend alone.
Whenever one of them got done with the first one, I would have gone over and hit him and said, like, you got knocked the fuck out.
Just one good pop.
Yeah, just
kick.
like-
Just leave him alone,
Yeah.
okay?
Meet this at the boat ramp. How's this for a duck call?
So
Yeah.
that day, those dudes were they had a John boat that was all brushed out. I mean, it looked like a good blind, honestly.
Yeah.
But they pulled it out
Why?
because they didn't have a motor.
Does it have a mud motor?
They didn't have any motor. But we were out there in John boat with a trolling motor.
I don't know what that is.
What are you doing in my ear holes?
Uh-oh.
Something's catching on fire.
Are we about to die?
No.
I don't want to die. I'm a real
That's
boy.
where we put that little clip in there. We're currently experiencing technical difficulties.
There it goes.
There it goes.
You
Whatever
did.
it was a wire.
Abe the technician.
Welcome
It's the
to
wire.
Stormwater
We were in a
Creek.
John
He's the
boat with a
helper.
trolling motor, so we were just giant
Yeah.
shitbags too. But I said, if we see those dudes again,
least
now
we
we
had
got
a
motor.
motor
Stuff. I'm gonna just bounce that prop and just swamp their boat out. Like,
Yeah.
maybe at the boat ramp.
How about you catch me outside? How about that?
Exactly.
Catch me
We're
outside.
already outside.
Can't get more outside.
Yeah, I think about we had a comment where we were talking about some sort of boat, and somebody was like, "Oh, not everybody can afford nice boats," and we were like,
Oh,
"Have
yeah.
you not
Oh, yeah, it was
seen
on
us?
the- it was on the
Are
giveaway,
you even
yeah.
paying attention to us?"
We walked in with no waders for a couple of years. Then we bought waders, which is fancy. And then we
Kayaks.
Oh, and then I had an inflatable raft I'd carry
That's
out.
right.
So if something floated, I could had a little battery powered inflator, inflate it, and paddle out. Like then kayaks, then John boat with a trolling motor, and then
How was duck hunting kayaks?
I mean, it
I
wasn't,
killed ducks.
as long you're
I mean,
just
it's
not.
more of transportation,
Yeah,
but I definitely some creeks. You find a little current, strap your paddle on, and you can kind of push over to the edge and float around a bend, and bang bang.
Never fell out?
Yes, I did flip
yeah.
once. One
You
time.
lost a pair of binoculars.
Yeah.
No, see, that sounds horrible. I don't mind being
It
cold.
was that was during
but I can't
early
do cold
teal.
and wet.
I was in.
Oh, okay.
I was in camouflage t-shirt and
Yeah.
waders.
That sucks still.
Yeah.
But then we moved to the Leaky Creek, and then I think about how much shady. Like
Sounds
I'm concerned about the Leaky Creek, and then I'm like thinking about all the
Dragging
shady
2 kayaks
ass
behind
shit
it?
with 3 people in that boat.
I think I have those pictures.
Oh my god!
We in his 14, 12.
14 by 32 foot John boat.
We
The
had
14 by 32
us,
inch wide.
Us three.
Well, I was confused. That sounds really big.
Yeah.
14 by 32 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Us three, Max the dog, decoys, guns, that John boat, and with a trolling motor out on Lake Tawakoni before sunrise.
And
Sketch.
we were having to go through a
Trust me.
front blowing in,
Yeah.
and I had to go about a mile and a half, like not a mile and a half, but like we had to go way far out of the way because to go where we wanted to go would have put us into the wake, and it would have most certainly swamped our boat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Question, did y'all kill any ducks?
Oh yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah. No doubt.
Whatever.
Dude.
Yeah. And so when people comment on Instagram, like, not all of us can afford this, like,
Yeah.
we did our.
Call
yeah.
it, homie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we did our rough
It's
days.
really, I'm honestly,
We
by
saved
looking at
our
that
pennies.
picture, I'm surprised I didn't hear about duck hunters in Lake Tawakoni found this morning.
Found dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found floating face up.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
What?
And the storm was
The
epic
picture.
on the way
Y'all-
in.
So
y'all,
good.
y'all need to post that on social media right now so
Yeah.
people can see. How,
Yeah. It
that's,
was a.
hey, I'm glad you guys survived. Were you there?
No.
No.
Yeah.
He
I was doing private land hunts. Probably.
Yeah.
Everybody.
God, that storm was. I was like, that's the other thing I think about, like going and water. I had a trolling motor, a 30-pound thrust trolling motor with 3 people, a dog,
just
and
talking
guns,
about
Those
it
are
for
also
this
our
season.
and it
pictures.
just over the bow of the boat.
My boat. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm getting that boat soon. But this season, it's like, well, he was like, why don't you just use Abe's trolling motor? I'm like, so I'm gonna leave like 30 minutes before you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
No.
attach
No.
on.
Or like I said, if we have a spot that's high pressure, we need to be out there. Whoever needs to jump in my boat, we just pin it,
Zoom.
and then
Yeah.
we'll start setting or whatever. We'll just
Dude.
sit there and be like, seats taken.
Dude, so I've been
Same day.
wormhole of Dr.
that's
Duck
badass.
podcast.
there's a bunch of people that want to ride this year, and so
There's
And
only
so-
so many spots.
right.
But dude,
But
it
here's the
don't
thing.
matter how fast you can get there. I
No.
can get there and like lock it down.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, like, I always get
We
there
had a full
before then.
discussion about it. He's
Yeah.
like, he's like, I got lights. We got the trolling motor. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, whatever.
You've got
We
the
talked-
battery.
We did 3 people and drug 2 kayaks with the trolling motor. If it's you and one other person and gear, you're good, bro.
I'll just
fine.
swim. I'll swim to the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a trolling motor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually might beat you there.
Here's Abe belling water out of it.
Yeah.
With a cut-off bottle, probably.
With a cut off Gatorade bottle.
Because
That's
it
why
leaked constantly.
It leaks constantly.
That's safe.
Yeah.
Holy.
Oh,
fine.
man.
Holy.
Let me tell you
fine.
what.
Holy.
If you kill the ducks, it's worth it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we're talking about. Like the
about the
hunts.
journey.
Yeah, it is. The hunts
about the
that are
journey.
the most fun are the ones where you're miserable at some point, or there's some type of something you had to overcome, or you had to walk forever. That's usually the most. Now the ones you have to walk forever or go through hell and you don't see anything, it makes it like I'm never doing. It's like a bad golf day. I'm never doing this again.
Screw this. This is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've had our comeuppance.
We put that work in. I am. Yeah. I tell you, like we were talking about holding spots. You know, I was listening to the Dr. Duck Boys, and they're talking about camping out on a duck hole, like in the boat. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, that
ain't Texas. We don't need to do that.
Man,
you can go do that.
You'd be like that friend that goes to the concert the night before.
But that's from
save seats.
Right?
Yeah. Just
like
bring a beer
anymore.
Yeah. Remember, they make you line up at the ramp now.
In Arkansas.
Well, and now it's even changed even harder than that.
Really?
Like, yeah.
What is that?
Like you can't go out before the day.
Oh, you can't go scout.
Oh,
yeah.
you can't go out 5 days before the season. Yeah. So
Arkansas is getting crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell, they're fucking saving lives. Those boat races are stupid.
What is the hunting and the duck hunting in Arkansas really that great?
It depends on
yes. Yeah. You know,
it's
there's
cool.
No doubt.
Flooded timber's cool to hunt.
Yeah.
They're saying right now Arkansas is starting to not they're losing.
Yeah.
It's shifting away from Arkansas
because there's too much pressure.
Moving to Oklahoma.
No, Oklahoma's terrible. The only reason Oklahoma hasn't fallen into the sea is because of Oklahoma. Like the only reason Texas hasn't fallen into the sea.
You almost got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a.
Hold on, everyone. I believe in you.
Try it again.
Okay, the only reason that Texas hasn't fallen into the sea is because Oklahoma sucks so bad.
There you go. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you got it.
Abe Bowman.
Sorry to my entire family who lives in Oklahoma.
Wow.
I like Oklahoma.
No, it's like Oklahoma's like
it's
like Kansas, you know. It's like there's a lot of cool stuff there, but nothing to see. It's like everybody talks about Texas.
Is awesome.
Broken Bow, like duh. By the way, good food. Have you eaten at Mickey Mantle's at the casino?
No,
I've
but
never
I saw
even been
it
to
there.
Windstar.
Oh
I've been to the
my
buffet
God.
at Windstar.
Dude,
That's super cool.
They have a tri-tip sampler there. Oh,
Very nice.
Makes my mouth water.
I think we're about to go back again.
I highly recommend the food there.
They're throwing those tester crack vials out.
What is wrong with you?
I can't talk. It's 7 o'clock at night. I've been on the phone since 6:30 this morning.
Take a deep breath.
It sounds like
buddy.
a you problem.
It is a me problem.
There we go.
I feel you.
You want a hug?
No.
He'll give you a hug.
No.
He's been eyeballing you.
He'll give me a mouth hug. That's different.
Whoa!
He'll at least give you a hand one.
I gave me $20. $20. We've been over this.
What is happening over there in that corner?
Nothing.
Love, man. Just let it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you
Don't
so
judge.
judgy?
You just like a little baby and a little baby Bjorn in your corner over there.
I think he's trying to
Baby Bjorn.
protect his nipples.
They're chafed. Yeah.
So night vision.
Yeah.
Scope stuff.
So I was down in South Texas a handful of weeks ago for work and met a guy who guides trout, redfish, all that, and also does thermal nilgai hunts, which sounds like a blast.
Yeah,
I like that. A blast.
Huh? The thing about nilgais, though, there's no mistaking what a nilgai is.
No.
It's like, what is that goat horse thing over there?
Yeah, the horse with the long neck and tiny horns.
Tiny head.
So
is that a nilgai?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Little Nicky now I'm looking at it.
Hey.
Yes, that is a nilgai.
That is, they're
weird. And
very
delicious.
strange. It's like the crazy, like axis.
So
They're really
delicious.
pretty looking, but they're weird. Their bodies, like, really oddly shaped. But God, they're so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's definitely on our bucket list.
Axis?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got one yet either. This is another thing about, when you get in the industry is that you spend a lot of time talking about it and doing as much research as you can, but once it really comes down to it, it's the time to go out and hunt is usually watching other people use your stuff to hunt. But
Yep.
it is what it is. I will definitely, at some point this year, get on a duck hunt with you guys so I can see how it's done.
Oh, word.
I won't bring my...
You came in at the right time because now we have nice
What you
things.
should do is look up
Dogs
Dr.
and-
Duck on YouTube and watch him. That's how it's
Dr.
done.
Duck.
I actually watched it. I heard y'all talking about it, so I watched some of
It's
it.
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Those
That's
guys
how
are-
real duck cutters do it. But you can come with us and
Yeah, no, I just...
Jared will have some whiskey. I'll have some coffee and some Levi Garrett.
I believe they call that Kofsky. That's how you start your mornings.
No, we don't mix them. He drinks coffee. I literally was just drinking Jameson that morning.
I was like, what?
It's cold. I didn't give a
Whiskey and
shit.
shotguns. What could go wrong?
Fell in
Nothing.
the water twice. You
You
spilled
did?
the whiskey.
That mallard on my wall downstairs
Oh,
was
God.
supposed to be his mallard.
We talking about Amen juice?
Amen juice.
Amen juice.
Speaking of, are y'all pretty excited about that dove hunt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
dude, I've looked.
Do you know that property?
I've looked it up. They've got
solid.
a lot of dove. Man, that part of DFW just has a lot of dove.
Was it Kemp? Is that
Yep,
right?
that's correct. Yeah.
Camp.
Man, I'm excited about
Those
that.
bulls will
For
put
sure.
you on dove too. They're awesome. I'm sorry, it's my first time. I'm new here. Okay.
The element wouldn't do that.
So super excited. When are we draw in the winter?
The
What,
9th,
10th?
September 9th.
That's like what,
I
a week
said
away.
the 8th earlier. Someone
Week
said
from
the
Monday?
10th.
I will put money.
You
and I
don't
get
have to put any money on it.
I
Calm
get
down
some
there.
redemption back for being an idiot if I'm
No,
right on the 9th.
Absolutely not.
1 ounce of redemption.
No.
No, none.
Why would you?
Fuck
Why?
you.
He
The
said it.
winner is 2 random winners. Yeah, on the 9th.
Yeah, he got it right. That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
No doubt.
It's gonna be a
That's
fun
one of those
day.
things. You always hope there's someone that gets that hunt that just really wants it because they're
Exactly.
because they're just so like they're just
pumped for sure.
They'll be there an hour before we get there
That's
and just
me.
ready to go.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I wanna
Have
go
you dove hunted at all?
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
And we're talking September 1st is my favorite day of the entire year. There's something about I don't know if it's just the fact
It's
that
the start of
It's start of
everything.
everything. Yeah,
It
It's
is.
it's the turnover.
yeah.
Like everything's about to start.
It's like
halfway through that.
blooms.
It's like opening the Indiana Jones the
arc.
arc,
Yeah.
but not like Nazi melting, like fun.
I mean,
Okay, I mean,
I,
It's a horrible analogy.
Terrible.
yeah, I was
Sounds like
trying-
I said that. Something I would say.
I wanted you to feel better.
Thanks for
that's a
jumping
good
in front
friend.
of the bullet. You are a good friend.
but it's,
No, that's what it is. Because I like to shoot a few dove,
that one
nothing, and
movie.
hang out. That's cool.
That's the thing about dove hunting.
Work.
It's not a type of hunting you got to be quiet. It just
No.
it's like the kickoff to the hunting season. It's
Dove season's
time to hang out with
exactly.
your buddies. You know, it's just drink some beer and
Exactly.
that's what I told you. Our favorite place to hunt is in the backyard. Right, we sit in the backyard and they fly over
Yeah.
all. And we're lucky enough to be in county and all. I mean, I promise you can live it out without ever being in your bathing suit.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
live it
go.
out. Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm there every day.
Let's
go.
Let's go.
That's
Get
what
'em
I
up.
say. Dove hunting is so much fun to me because
I have always
you
wanted
don't
to
have
dove
to be
hunt from the
quiet.
pool.
Just find a cool spot, sit down, a little fold chair. It's got a pouch, shells go in there, birds go in there, and then I have the cooler. I'm just drinking beer,
Yeah, that's
Just
exactly what
drinking
we'll
beer,
do.
shooting at
By the
birds,
pool.
maybe hitting them, maybe not, whatever. I'm just, it's the it's the
Let's
start.
go.
I don't always shoot at a dove, but when I do, I miss all 3 times.
Done that once or twice.
I mean, last
Oh,
dove
yeah.
season, I think we talked about it. I think I did one dove hunt last season, and the place we're at, it was so wet last year that the grass was too tall, so I think I shot one and saw him go down. It's like, cool.
Yeah,
This is going to be fun searching for this, and after about 30 minutes, it's like, all right, this thing's gone. Like, that
yeah.
sucks,
That's the one thing
know?
about dove is it falls in high grass unless you have a dog. Is your dog go get dove? And I've got an awesome little bird dog. It's a 3-year-old Irish boy. My son Maddox. That's a cute dog. My son Maddox is 3 years. I'll put him over the fence. He'll go find the dove and bring it back to me. I got pictures of him with his little beat up cowboy hat and holding dove up. My wife hates it, but he's like got these 2 dove in his hands. Like he's the best retriever ever. Stick him on the barbed wire fence, he's gone.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
Love it.
Okay.
He's the best retriever ever. He can't smell that well though, but
Yeah.
you search him out. But there's one thing that I do have to worry about is rattlesnakes and copperheads where we're at too. So yeah, that could be a problem.
snake proof them.
I should try that. I picture like Greek mythology, right, where Hercules, when they found him when he was a baby in the crib with 2 snakes. I think that would be my son. He's like, "Hey, Dad, look what I found."
Look at this.
Yeah. Where'd you find that king cobra, son?
Heads popped off of it. Like, no problem.
Tastes good. Yeah. Like Bam Bam.
Bullwhip.
Found these
Snap 'em.
giant earthworms.
Earthworms.
Yeah.
Like trimmers.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. Kevin Bacon.
Was
Way
it
to
a good
bring up
movie?
the movies. I'm liking this.
I have a movie
Wait,
problem.
I'm mad.
Was it a good movie?
I mean,
For the time.
yeah,
It was a movie.
it was a movie.
For the time, it was a great movie.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was a fun movie.
What were we watching? We watched something recently.
The Dude's Arsenal was cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Which one? He had beat a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We were watching some movie recently. I was like, man, this movie sucks so bad. But when I watched it when we watched it when I was a kid, I was like, man, this movie is great. I can't think of what it is right now, but it's like we've come a long way.
A lot of films from the 90s are that way, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, all of them. Well, everything compared
3
to
Men
now.
and a Baby.
Oh, it was Apollo. It was Apollo 13.
13.
Apollo 13. I was like, man, imagine what this movie would look like now. Because some of it, like you can tell, it's like, but
Yeah.
the movie now it'd be
They
almost
still
too
had pretty
realistic.
decent graphics.
They really
at the
did.
time,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
for sure.
We're
Just like
Tom
Jurassic
Hanks.
Park, Jurassic Park's graphics have aged well. I think
it holds up.
Our social media guy's name's Sterling. He has a Forerunner. He's real big into the off-road community, and he's got a Forerunner. I think it's a 2001 that looks exactly like the Jurassic Park vehicles. It's got JP14. It is one of the coolest freaking things I've ever seen in my life. So I was like, dude, you drive that thing everywhere. So everywhere he goes, it gets some looks. It's freaking cool looking though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
JP.
Movie replica.
We did
vehicles.
that. We were up in Broken Bow, and my girlfriend had never seen Major Payne.
Oh,
And we made her watch Major Payne because we're like, this movie's hilarious.
It's
And
great.
even watching it,
It was like this
it was
aged
like,
pretty well.
I was like, this is still pretty damn funny. Like I was
Major
laughing
Payne.
my ass off.
That's a good movie.
The only
I'm gonna stick my foot up your asshole.
Yep.
That's Damon, right?
the only
Too
Wayans
soon.
Brothers movie that wasn't just like retardedly funny.
White chicks.
Come on, that's a great movie. Terry
Don't
Crews
be a menace.
making my way
Yeah,
downtown.
no, I said retardedly funny. Like it was just funny. Like it was a good comedy. Don't Be a Menace was hilarious.
Great.
It's great.
I mean,
Boy,
are you talking
kids-
about one of the
Are you
scary
asking a
movies that he
question?
did?
I'm
Yeah, I don't know. I was
confused.
I
confused.
know.
No, my words are not as good as what I'm trying to say is like
I
all
agree
the
with
other
that.
I
movies.
don't know talking good like you got.
Jared just finished Shapes class, so you have to go back to
all
talking
the
class.
All the Wayans
Taking my
Brothers stuff,
human
including A Living
resources.
Color, was just like super silly. Major Payne was like just a funny comedy.
Oh, it wasn't like a super. It wasn't like a scary movie, goofy.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
yeah.
It wasn't super.
It was
goofy,
like mainstream. Yeah.
Like
It was good
I'm
comedy.
not saying none of the shit was good. Yeah,
yeah.
it was just good.
We're talking about like the In Living Color. It put out the best.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was nobody besides
Fire
like,
Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That's great stuff, man.
That was Ace Ventura, right?
Yeah.
Jim
I mean,
was
Jim
in there.
Carrey.
Same
Yeah.
person.
Same. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Potato, potato.
Green jacket, gold
You
jacket.
guys haven't even had that much to drink tonight. What's wrong with y'all?
They're doing the cocaine.
I mean,
That would make them better, more
let me
active.
tell you what.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, cocaine kind of just calms me down, mellows me out.
What?
Yep.
All right, that's another podcast for later.
Look at that duck.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna buy a boat.
We're gonna go out. We're gonna get a boat. Okay? We're gonna go on the boat. We're gonna do this, right? You're gonna do that. You're gonna wear the. You're gonna get the waiters. You're gonna get the waiters. You get the waiters. You get the decoys. You're gonna go out. You're gonna shoot the ducks. You're gonna shoot the ducks. It's gonna be great. You got any more of that cocaine? We're gonna shoot the ducks. You're
let's go
gonna
sit in
do
the
it. We're gonna do
bathroom.
it. You're gonna go with me. We're gonna shoot ducks. Let's go right now.
I can't feel my teeth.
Imagine how bad that would be duck hunting with someone on cocaine.
No.
You drown them.
Yeah, they wouldn't come back.
Yeah, no.
Go smell that algae down there.
Yeah, you just go to sleep.
Mud stomp them.
Not unless you got
Stomp.
enough for the both of us.
Oh my god.
I got 2 guns.
I am so
It'd be
looking
a
forward
shame
to.
if we
haul
found cocaine in Colorado.
I would really like
I've
to.
changed my mind about duck hunting with you guys.
Dude, it's your.
Have you?
No.
You wait until you go.
I mean, we
It's
went to
fun.
Louisville. I met you at your house at 3 a.m., 3:30, I think. It
Sounds right.
was awesome.
Oh, I'm there.
You just come spend the night.
Everybody stays here.
It's a slumber party
It's easiest.
that ends at like 7:30 at
Well,
night,
we have
so
to
we
take
can
The
go to
worst
bed.
slumber party
Yeah,
ever.
it's like the.
We'd
Or
have
the
to take it to
greatest.
Louisville.
'Cause I was like,
Yeah.
I was always the kid to pass out first and wake up with the the
Really?
dicks drawn
Yeah,
on
we
my
don't-
forehead. Yeah, I just
One
really
didn't
sleep.
care.
That is the one
I
rule
think
of the
we're all
group.
at the age now. It's
We won't
like,
do that
I'm
to
going
each
to
other.
bed.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can fuck off.
Yeah.
When it's that time, it's that time.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
the
during-
one thing I do feel good about this group. They will viciously attack me, but I don't feel like you would ever draw on me.
Oh,
You
that
know?
was a bad mistake to say that.
Challenge accepted.
Why would you say
Age
that?
drawing challenge.
I just met you guys and knew I would not say
Well,
that
I mean,
around
here's
you
the
guys.
deal. If they want to start that, cool.
You might wake up with a tattoo.
It's fine with me.
By the way,
I've been
for those of
telling
you
you,
who don't know, they all have
Star
matching
David.
I'm not
tattoos.
gonna get a Star,
Star
David,
David
on
tear.
my eye.
Tear. Do it.
Okay, I couldn't get a hook on my thumb, but I can get a
Don't
Star
you tempt
David
me.
Why can't you get a hook on your thumb?
because they won't let me get a hand tattoo.
Why do you have a New Orleans Saint tattoo?
Because I don't listen to my friends. That's
Tell
why.
the whole story here, Abe. Just real
All
quick.
right,
Tell
so
them.
We got
I
time.
was in Paris with my wife.
Preface it better.
Oh,
You're the worst story.
God.
They had family
year
over
was
there.
2012.
They went multiple times a year. They love Paris.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
quantify it. You like going there.
That's kind of cool.
I love Paris. Going to Paris.
Cool.
I've been to France.
No, I don't. Love your mother.
4 or 5 times now in my life, and I love it. It's awesome to go over there. I would never live there, but it's a badass place to go, and it's very cool. It's just to go to a place like Paris that is so fucking old. It's insane. You know, you go there and you're like, wow, this street has been here for 1,300 years.
Right.
It's crazy, you know. So, you know, we just enjoyed going. My wife's aunt got moved over there, and so we could just all we had to do was fly there, and we just could stay for free, which is a tremendous amount of a trip.
That's really cool, yeah.
Yeah. So we would go every year, and so you know, we were like, hey, we were there for like 2 weeks, and I think this was the second time we went. I think was the time I did this, but no, it was the first time. We're like, hey, let's get a tattoo here in Paris, right? It's kind of a cool thing.
It's his first tattoo.
My very first tattoo, and so
it's a cool story.
Yeah.
To start off with.
So I went in there and I was like, what do I want to get that's like uniquely Parisian, like Paris? I didn't want to get an Eiffel Tower. My wife got an Eiffel Tower, but she's a girl, and I was like, I didn't want to get an Eiffel Tower tattooed on me.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So I was like,
lady.
wow,
I
could
hate
do like
this podcast so much.
She's a lady.
So I was like, I'll just do like the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, people are going to think that you got a Saints tattoo. And I was like, no, I'm going to make it look different.
That looks exactly like the Saints helmet.
And
It's like, no, but look, it has a line. Like,
it has
oh.
these bars. And
No, this one goes, no.
Files are in the computer.
So I ended up, I got a fleur-de-lis on my arm as my first tattoo, which is the Saints tattoo. And every person I see, big Saints fan? Big Saints fan? You get that because of the Saints? You get that because that guy didn't catch that ball? No.
Hey, I have a question. You seem pretty upset about that, but you have a Saints tattoo on your arm.
Oh, I mean, I'm
just messing with
yeah,
you.
I'm fine with it.
But it's actually, I mean, it's a cool story. It's just unfortunate that it's
a Saints tattoo.
Who dat?
Calmer than you, dude.
Who dat?
Calmer than you.
Yeah.
Have you all seen Power on Netflix?
I've seen Powder.
Oh, that's creepy.
Wow.
That is a creepy movie.
Powder's another 90s
You should watch
one.
it's
not good anymore. When you first watch it, you're like, oh, this is
Like-
good. Supernatural, weird. This is like
Does
Definitely-
not hold up, huh?
Definitely not as cool as Ice.
Huh? I don't
Cool
even
as
know that
ice.
one.
Huh?
Haven't seen that.
Cool as Ice? With Vanilla Ice?
Oh
I don't even
God.
know what he's doing now.
Who?
He's talking about Rob Van Winkle.
Ignoring you people.
He's like, I'm not even in this podcast
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm done.
I'm not here. Is this when someone
him
quits?
quitting for the
This
night.
is
Yeah,
his
that's
quit.
it.
He
He's
told you
tapping
he'd
out.
quit by the end of the night.
I was wondering who
Yeah.
it was going to be.
He hasn't even extended the buttstock.
Are you going to start shooting that suppressed weapon in here?
I mean, we can.
Yeah, it's two bad things.
Get some phone books. They still
We
make
just
those?
Shoot out the back window. I got subs. Nobody won't even hear it. Yeah, like that loud.
Did you hear the action?
Yes.
That's good.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Rabbit Hole Central.
What were we talking about?
Me getting tattooed of the Saints in New Orleans.
And that stemmed from us telling you couldn't get your hand tattooed.
Yes, and then I decided that I was going to get the
hook,
Stormwater Creek hook on my thumb right here, and they told
After
me
we
that
watch Blood In, Blood Out.
Makes sense.
Legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
I think I wanted it before then.
Allegedly.
For everyone not being able to see this, I'm giving Abe
I will say
ironic
though,
thumbs
because
up.
the Blood In, Blood Out is like in the past month or so.
Yeah.
He wanted his hand tattooed well before that.
See, thank you. Now I wanted to get the what was it? We wanted the
When
hand
you
tattoo.
and then you just
and then
go,
you know that time, and then you and then I you know.
Well, we want
and
to thank everybody for listening so
Oh my
far.
God,
we really
please.
appreciate it. You know,
We should put this
Abe's
to bed.
had 2 strokes. You know, during this podcast.
micro strokes.
It counts.
Oh yeah, they add up.
That's true.
They add up. So
Brandon, you're a legend.
Brandon,
We
for
appreciate
just
you coming
you're a
out.
legend for just sitting on this podcast and just not being
Yeah.
like, you people are idiots.
No,
I'm
I
out
mean,
of here.
it's been great to. And here's the thing: everybody that's met you guys so far too speaks very highly of you. So I'm once again kind of glad all this is in North Texas. Glad this community's up here.
Yeah.
You know, with you and Jackie and the Sniper Hoglight crew and Chama Chairs and all. This, we've got a lot of really good things going up here. So
No doubt.
it's good to meet you guys. I'm looking forward to hanging out because we're close. So
Absolutely.
shooting some more of these tournaments together. killing some duck.
Word.
Y'all come out killing some dove. Get on some pig.
Birds.
We got pigs. I'll come shoot doves with you anytime.
Well, open
Next
invitation.
Same for
Tuesday starts.
Yes.
Tuesday.
I know. We were supposed to be in Florida, and my wife was like, "Well, what if we cancel because of hurricane?" I was like, "I mean, if that's what you want to do."
Yeah, I mean, it's your call, man.
It's your call.
Yeah, we leave for Gulf Shores on. So I get Tuesday and Wednesday to hunt. We leave for Gulf Shores on Thursday, driving through, which is hoping that everything's okay all the way down. Stay in New Orleans, which is not at all nerve-wracking, and then come back, and then I go straight to Georgia. Or I go to Austin to take the Gold Scopes, Jesse James, meet Texas Park and Wildlife, meet with Sniper Hog Lights crews. Then we're going to Georgia and Alabama to meet with Horny Deer Scents, kind of get all the scopes and stuff out there. By the time I get back, we should be in full-scale blitz mode, so we'll have thermals, all that, be right in time for duck season. So we'll get out, do some duck hunting, some hog hunting, and then eat. I like eating.
Yeah.
I like cooking.
Yep. We got to
Sweet.
cook.
I enjoy eating as well.
We can tell.
That's so sweet.
By then, we should have my newest experiment.
Oh, my God.
Got him.
done.
Why does he have to touch me like that?
Newest experiment.
Lonzino Lomo, like air-cured pork.
I don't know what you just said.
Like charcuterie.
Would you reach out and touch
Like
the while it's hot?
I don't know the words you're saying, but you're communicating with me
Yeah.
still.
Wild pig charcuterie.
Sounds
Cured
good.
meats.
Cured meats. Like salami.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my mouth.
Prosciutto.
It'll be good.
Word.
Yes.
Well,
See?
thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate
man.
Well,
it.
real quick, so
Yeah.
Accufire, where can people, you guys
Yeah,
are?
go
Instagram,
that
and the
stuff again.
website.
Shameless
Yeah,
self-plug.
so Accufire Tech is the website. That's where you can buy the Noctis right now. But what we do recommend is going to your dealer, your favorite dealer, putting them in touch with us. You can reach out to me directly. It's Brandon at AccufireTech.com. Instagram is Accufire Tech. My personal is Outdoor Tech Geek. And then also on Facebook, find us at Accufire Technology. I answer all those. So if you reach out to us on social media, Facebook, if you call the customer service line, it comes to my cell phone or Jason Ricks' cell phone. We'll answer it, walk you through anything we have. But just follow that. Instagram is probably the best way because that's where we're going to start launching all of our products, and that's where we're going to have our pre-sales and all that stuff. So Accufire Tech, anywhere you find us, anywhere you do a search, you'll find us on social media.
Absolutely.
There you have it, people.
As soon as that thermal comes in, we'll all go hunt, and we'll post a bunch of YouTube reviews with you, and we'll do another podcast, and we'll do a podcast out at the farm.
It would be good, too, if we can get everybody together, if we can get with the Horny Deer Scents and all that, if we can get everybody here after season. Yeah, and just
We're about to have a big round table put up here. So we can, like in this situation, it won't be right here. We can sit around an actual table, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
You're going to call it the Kingsman?
The Kingsman.
Yeah.
We're going to try to
That works.
get a video camera so we can start to
And
record
yeah,
this.
on
The
this
fact
ledge.
that this is not videoed, the whole world's missing out. The whole
How many
world's
beer
missing
cans?
We appreciate
No, I mean,
Nightmare.
I mean, you just got to get you like a keg and a Yeti or something. I don't know. You got an alcohol guy here.
It's hard enough for me to get back home
You
most
don't have to
Thursdays.
stay here.
Cuddle.
You have internet here, I'm told.
I've worked from here before.
I know.
Quotations. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate it.
Man, thank you
I
so
look
much.
I look forward to hang out with y'all more. And
Yeah, let's wrap this up and get a bunch of product shots here so we can put some content up on the Instagram and Facebook and everything.
on the interwebs.
What?
Sure.
Pretty
Hugh
good.
Braley.
Stormwater Creek is the best. Grinch, the captain. Aim, the helper. Jordan, the problem solver. I hope you like Stormwater Creek. Stormwater Creek.